the Arkans campaign. We're going to be jumping right into things because we're starting 12 minutes late like normal. And let's just get right into introductions, and we're going to just kind of jump around today. So let's start with Nit.
So I am playing Temin Ferncrest, halfling rogue / slight multi-class into fighter. Really excited about finding our first stone of power. Is that what
Gem of power?
Gem of power. That's right.
Gem.
Gems are stones.
There's gem and there's Jim and there's jam.
I want some gem of power.
Right.
Royal honey.
Really excited about finishing this dungeon. Hopefully with the rest of his natural eyes, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, let's jump to Pete.
I see what you did there.
Yep, Pete. Pete played Rinrital. The looks like an elf, but he's not. He's Asthma cleric, spanning life and death, following his pops and throughout his pops tomb here, and learning that he shouldn't be asking for help, and maybe just paying his respects along the way, as he got whopped upside the head for the last time doing it.
Let's go to I can never remember. It's Rourke now, right?
Yeah.
Rourke.
Yeah, you came up with a name, dude.
On the fly.
Oh, fair enough. I'm Tom. I'm playing Rourke, Ranger, Aarakocran. A little bit out of my elements below ground, but just excited to get out of the dungeon and get back on our adventure, not chasing a squirrel.
We're going to find this squirrel.
Let's jump up to John.
Hey, I'm John. I am playing Aoth, a human warrior or fighter type person who is the heir to a stolen throne, and he wants to take it back to kind of liberate the people, not so much to be king, but just to get rid of that usurper and his shitty way of ruling. And he is also the deliverer of blows to the back or to the face of Arwen's son.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and our wizard who was not here last time, James.
James, playing Devlin Pickman, the changeling sorcerer fighter who is feeling very full of himself because he hasn't screwed up a spell in a couple of weeks. I feel like if my random rolls of the dice while I wasn't playing have anything to do with this campaign or today, that will change. So we'll see. I also, from my last session, have a gremlin companion named Sparky. Who's just hanging out.
A little shit.
All right, and then lastly, Kenny, who's also going to do our recap tonight.
Oh my god. Kenny playing Blitzkrieg, the Dark Green Artificer, representing insects across the land. And running of this group of ragtag folks here, trying to explore this dungeon, and wondering at the same time, why is it so easy? Why is this everything so easy? DM, his eye just twitched. Look at that. It's crazy.
Stuff you should never say out loud.
Okay.
I mean, one person's already lost their eye. How easy has it really been?
Wait, someone lost their eye? Wait, who lost their eye? Wait, who lost it?
Are you going to be able to do the recap here sir?
I wasn't here last week, and I know somebody
Do we need to call back in our expert?
Shit. I could try. So what I have is we continue exploring this place of power, seeking this gem of power. Actually, that's funny. where we happenstance to a talking red fur chipmunk who speaks Celestial, and his
Squirrel.
buddy Ramag, who are both I don't know what Ramag is, but they're both messengers of Arwen. They appear out of a portal out of nowhere and just like, yo, here's the scoop on this area. Now we're gonna peace out and go now. And then they just kind of left, and that's all I have.
Well, and then
you go.
I'll continue off you. I'll help you out. So
Thank you.
the squirrel is a little bit of a dick. May or may not have cast a spell on somebody's sword, thus pissing him off. While that spell was cast on the sword, we decided to, Rin decided to open the door that Temin had checked out and found a bunch of giant scorpions that there's 4 of them that wanted to kill us. So they wrecked Temin a little bit. They came out into the main room that we were in, and we ended up killing them only after Aoth decided to try and attack his friendlies because his blade wanted to, thus the spell that cast on it. And then we slayed them. We took their venom, and in said room we found a little secret door. Well, Blitz found a secret door, and we got in there and found this really cool little eyeball thing that Temin allows you to see invisibility after identification, and Temin decided to try it on and ripped his own eyeball out, killing himself.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what you're talking about.
Ripped his own eyeball out.
Myself, I just replaced my eyeball with this magic.
And
one
you
we
went
found on the
down
wall.
when you did so. You went unconscious.
Remember, you got your groin injury.
That's how you got your injury. you literally ripped your eyeball out and killed yourself.
69, nice groin injury.
Hit your ball sack on the corner on the way down, and then the eyeball took your place. It healed you back up, and we decided to take a long rest where we wake up, place alarmed, and that's where we're at.
And then after we woke up, Aoth and his blade had a little talk, and it's like, you know what? We're gonna find this ratatas like squirrel, and we'll mark it for death.
After we fulfill our mission.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It wasn't we're gonna go right now.
Which mission? Because we have like 4.
Our mission of taking back the throne.
Oh yeah.
We have one and a bunch of side
that
quests.
one.
Yeah, we have one main mission. We have
because there's yours, and then there's his.
Yeah, right.
Well,
there's, Reek's throne, Aoth's throne,
and there's the bug.
Ren's throne.
It all comes together, man. Basically, ultimately, we're just gathering all these people, and we're going to free the people of Aoth's Apator Empire.
We should rename our our team name to the Royal Flush.
Hey, I like that. I'm down for that. Wait, can we do that? What is our current name? What the fuck?
Princess? No, it's the Vendetta thing, right? Is our code name? No, that gave too much away.
Oh, something. Yeah.
There's like 5 rascally rabbits or something.
The Princess Vendetta.
Reluctant saviors or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
That was a close second. I will take Wascally Wabbits.
You all can name yourself whatever you would like, but you do wake up from your long rest. It is nearing evening at this point, because you had rested throughout the day, and the dungeon is yours. What would you guys like to do?
All right. Well,
is Deflin back down with us?
We will actually start our story there. Deflin, you stop guarding the entrance and rejoin the party. It's easy to do because there's nothing in your way.
Oh, cool. So I was being useful. That's
Yeah.
that's nice.
You were hanging out with Morty, actually.
Did you
Do
see
you,
a
do you,
squirrel?
do you attempt to bring Morty down? Because I would whistle for Morty in the morning.
Me, Morty, and Sparky are just hanging out, having a good old time. How
Morty
big is
hasn't
Morty?
figured out how to climb down shafts yet.
Correct. So
How
he's
big is
wanting to
Morty
get
though?
down.
Doesn't get down.
Morty's fairly large. I'm pulling him up right now. Moorbounder, he's a large beast. But he can jump 70 feet.
Because I was going to say, if we really wanted to get him down, I was just wondering if trying to think if I had seen anything that I could. Well, I guess it really wouldn't matter size-wise. I can't really outsize myself that much with my changeling that I could carry him down.
Is he too big to fit through the hole or no?
Oh, it's like
Which
carrying
hole?
a giant.
The hole he came in.
The original entrance to the mine would be pretty tight.
It's like carrying a husky down an escalator, right?
All right. Well, I'm
I
calling
suppose.
for him. If we can get him
With
in,
no
I'd
stairs.
like to.
It's carrying a husky down an escalator with no actual escalator. It's just empty space.
Yeah.
I cut 4 holes in an IKEA bag and I carry him down.
You can whistle all you want. Yeah, he's not. The Moorbounder is not going to jump to its death for no reason.
It wouldn't be to
Yeah.
its death. How far down is it? I thought you said it was like 40 feet down.
To the end, to the exit, but who knows how far the shaft goes down? You guys didn't check that.
Yeah,
But
we
we
didn't
can-
go all the way down. There's another. There's a
still
second
a whole
level
other floor
below.
below that you guys know
where
of.
we are.
Gotcha.
Much
Okay.
less however far down the rest of the shaft goes.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I would wake up and attempt to get Morty down by way of ropes and showing him where the exit is.
We need to delve deeper.
So
in
you're
order
gonna
to
double
find-
back all the way back to the entrance to try and figure this out?
To get to Devlin and him, yeah. To bring Devlin back.
Okay, explain to me how you want to try and do this. You are able to backtrack easily enough. There's nothing that is like re-inhabited any of the rooms. Takes you a little bit of time to get back. You go back through the gem, or excuse me, you go back to the portal room where you still have that locked portless door that says power over it.
Power.
You go back into the room before that. Make your way all the way back to the shaft where Devlin was standing watch.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Climb up the shaft.
Do you still have your rope attached from earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to roll for anything. Climbing up is fairly simple for you.
And then I would like to try and explain to Morty exactly where the exit is, how he can like get in as best as possible, right? Like,
And what languages does Morty speak?
We do.
Okay, Morty.
Verbally.
Go this way.
Says I verbally can talk with it. It doesn't say it has languages, but it
What's
says
its
it'll obey
intelligence?
commands. It's got an intelligence of 2.
So you're describing what to this creature?
Physics.
I'm pointing down the shaft. Like he can see it.
Yeah, it looks
has
down
dark
and goes,
vision.
and it just starts.
It's like, okay, Morty, do you know gravity? How that works?
All it sees is a big fucking hole.
It has dark vision. It can see where the exit is, right?
Yes,
So I
but
point to-
you're
I-
talking about.
I
Would
point
you like,
to
would you
where the
like to
exit is.
force the creature to jump?
Here's what you should consider doing. It's like, hey, Morty, I want to take your leash off, whatever you have, and just go hunt. Go have fun. Come back to me later. We'll meet up. Good boy.
I would like to try to get him to jump. Yes, I would like to coax him to get him to jump. I would throw rations into that hole and be like, go, and like entice him to.
Make an animal handling check.
18.
Okay. go ahead and make a either strength athletics or acrobatics check with the Moorbender. DC for this is going to be 20, as it is a very difficult jump.
Okay, he's strong. With advantage, you said?
I did not say that.
Okay, doesn't matter. It's a nat 20.
For a total of?
It'd be 24.
Okay. So you watch as Morty jumps down at an angle that's almost impossible to reach. Is able to grab onto the edge and scramble its way up onto the mine shaft platform, but is successfully into the dungeon.
Damn.
Sweet.
Okay.
I will lower myself back with Devlin and Sparky.
And I'll be like, that was the craziest shit I have ever seen. I'm like, hey, Sparky, you want to try to do that yourself, or do you just want to hitch a ride? I'm going to hitch a ride, that's fine. Sparky's like, no, I'm not dumb. I'm dumb, but I'm not dumb.
Okay.
I will climb down and make my way back.
As you guys begin to make your way back, as a reminder, as you go through the room with the sarcophagi in it, there is still a wooden set of doors that you have not looked at or discovered that leads down to the right beyond kind of where that broken glass was, and that observatory that you guys kind of looked at. But as you continue back through the other rooms, you are able to make it back to the room where the scorpions were easily enough.
All right. So we have a wooden door, and then leading to a laboratory, you said, and then we still have like the hole to the ground leading to the roots of this tree.
So all of your exits that you could go through, you could continue to go down the shaft. You could go down to a set of wooden doors in the sarcophagi room. You could continue down the hallways that you just exposed at the end of the laboratory, or you could go into the tree room via the broken glass. Those are currently your 4 options of unexplored places, or you could figure out the clue to the portcullis room.
I say let's do that.
Yeah, we'll continue through. I'd say let's continue through the room that we just went in, because there's another door to this room, right?
There's a
Inside
hallway.
this room?
There's a hallway.
There's a hallway, and then I thought you said there's stairs at the back, right?
No, I think there was a bend that we couldn't see past.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I say we continue to explore here and try and get into the portcullis.
Is that leading downward, or is it kind of just like another closed door?
The doorway back in the sarcophagus room is a closed door. The hallway is just literally a 5-foot hallway that wraps around a bend. You guys had set up alarms on either side to ensure that nothing came up from there, but you have yet to explore down that direction.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, whatever leads downward, that's like discrete suggestions. Like
Downward as in lower levels, or downward as in like geographically south?
Not south. Just like, going lower
Level.
deeper into the catacombs, basically,
Deeper down.
because
The only
whoever's
option
gonna
that would
hide the
be
thing-
deeper would be into the tree room. That's or further down the shaft, because everything else is still on the first level.
Yeah, it's like if we're gonna
Well,
see
do we
this-
want to make sure the first level is clear of anything before we go lower?
if you wish to explore,
That is my
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a
that's
bad
what I
idea.
say. I say that we make sure nothing can sneak up behind us. Is really all
Right.
So do we want to go back to that one room or down the hall?
the closest room that's next to us right now, let's go to
That'd
that
be the
one. Just
hall.
because we're trying to clear every room. We're gonna basically start from the closest, go to the furthest, and then we make sure this place is nice and clean as we delve deeper later. Secure our floor. Leave Morty up here to watch over the patrol. There you go.
Bring Morty down, leave him in the first room.
Yeah, no. Morty's coming with. He's just gonna hang at the back.
All right, so we're gonna go to that I guess a wooden door if it's like the closest thing to us that we didn't explore yet.
So where you guys camped, the closest thing that you haven't explored is the hallway. The wooden door was back a few rooms, back towards the entrance. So
Okay.
that's
Nah.
it's like literally
Was
right
that
next to
five?
where the tree room is, like where you look down and see the tree, like to your left is the door.
Okay, then we could go there later because eventually we're gonna have to jump down. So let's go down this hallway and see where it leads first. How about that?
Okay. Very good. So what is going to be the marching order since this is a 5-foot hallway? I will say because this is a 5-foot hallway and Morty is large, you will not be able to ride Morty while they're going through.
Yeah, I didn't plan on riding him.
Morty should stay at the camp and just chill.
No, Morty's coming with us.
I say Temin lead the pack since he's the most nimble. He can observe and react the best.
Morty and I will bring up the back.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I was going to say, I think either you and Morty in the back or you and Morty in the front either clog up the hallway from the back or stop things from being able to rush us from the front.
we wouldn't be able to help out because we can't get past Morty if something were to show up.
He can leap over you guys.
I'm going down the hall. 16 stealth.
Okay.
I'm going behind him.
And I'm going behind Aof because I don't want to sniff on some more bounded butt. So I'm good.
Anybody
Yeah,
who,
I'm going.
The downdraft. Whew.
anybody who wishes to be stealthy can go ahead and roll a stealth check along with Temin.
All right, I'll do that
Not great. 14.
with advantage because I adapt to my environment, and I get a 9 because I adopted wrong.
Yeah, that's a 6.
I got a 6 as well.
12.
I'm
Temin.
the same color as
Dun
Morty.
dun 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 dun. Everybody behind him. Bop 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 bop.
Drumming on the wall.
Luckily, as you round the corner, it is just a continuation of a long hallway for about 60, 70, 80. Kind of the hallway just kind of goes on to the limit of your vision. However, about 60 feet down, there is a kind of a 10-foot hallway offshoot, so a much larger hallway that kind of shoots off. So as you kind of sneak down to the corner of that, again, everybody making as much noise as possible behind you, you kind of
Someone's
look
gotta
to the
jump
left, and you see that there is a large circular room that this hallway opens up to, and you also see a locked door just before the room on the right.
Does
Which-
he see, or does the eye that he's using see?
Well, it's in my
Which one?
head, so
Yeah, he sees also how you see that it's locked beyond me, but bravo.
Yeah. that's what you get when you roll a
Are there
stellar
any
16
creatures
stealth.
within 60 feet of us?
Within how many feet?
60?
120? What?
Are there any specifications for like go through a foot of stone or anything like that? Or is it just anything within 60 feet?
I think it's anything, but let me double check.
And then Temin, can you also make a perception check for me as you kind of look into this room, as you should have enough vision to see within it.
Sure. That was going to be my investigation on the door, but dirty 20 for perception.
Okay. As you kind of look in, you see that this was some type of like a housing quarters or something like that. You see like bits of like beds and furnitures and stuff kind of all around the outskirts of this circle. The middle of it being entirely empty except for a large what looks like mural, but it's kind of hard to see from your angle as you're kind of still looking at the room horizontally. But you do notice with your perception that there is a lot of like ash and like remnants of like burnt things within this room.
And on mine, it's just any creature tiny or larger within 60 feet.
No, there is not.
Also, while we're doing this, I would have taken the time to ritually cast, or not, I guess I don't have to ritually cast, I can at will cast Mage Armor on myself like usual, and also Dark Vision.
You got any of that dark vision for your bird friend here?
Yeah, you know what? Why not? I don't have anything else that I can really do with a second level spell, so I'll cast that.
Nope. Oh shit.
But
I hope that was
cast-
if that wasn't sarcasm.
Huh? Was
I
that,
hope that
was
wasn't
you actually
sarcasm.
needed that?
I do actually need dark vision,
Okay.
but
No, that's fine. I can do that, and then I will also use my wizard points, or whatever the hell they are, sorcery points, to get that spell slot back.
Sounds good.
So everything charred to dust. Do I see? Like, I'm going full fire marshal here. Can I see if there's like a start point, like where it originated, or if I like? Well, yeah. Let's start with that.
Make an investigation check.
All right, investigation coming right up. I'm going to use different dice because that one's up.
Okay.
14.
14. You kind of look around the entrance to this room, as well as this locked door nearby. You check the door. It's not trapped. You do find out that it's locked. For sure. I mean, you knew it already, but you just double check. As you kind of peer into the room, you see that the origin point of this fire was most likely the center of the room. But you would need to get closer to figure out what or how. You didn't roll kind of high enough to see from where you are.
But I did see that there was that mural in the center of the room.
Correct. And then from here you can see it a little bit better. It seems to be a black star that just has the 5 points around it.
Can I give him an assist since I'm right behind him and I should be able to see all this?
What are you specifically looking for?
Basically, to see how this room relates to Arwen, and
Yeah, go ahead and make
feel
a
if my
religion
sword
check.
gets tingly.
And take it at advantage, because I'm proficient.
I will also make a religion check.
So 13.
13. Being familiar with Arwen's symbol, this is Arwen's symbol. But beyond that, you're not entirely sure what more it may or may not signify.
Yeah, I only got a 7, so.
I'm gonna, if I can.
You're not even entirely sure that it's Arwen's symbol as you wear it.
I was gonna say, yeah, like,
Is it 2, 2, and 1, or 2, 1, and 2? Is it?
Something seems a bit off. It's bigger. I think it's bigger.
I want to investigate this. I want to see if there's anything beneath it. Like if this is just a
Beneath the mural.
Yeah, if this is just a false door.
Yeah,
or
go ahead and
very
make a
flimsy door.
Go ahead and make a deck save for me.
Hey.
That is not the dice I wanted to roll for that. You know what? Let's choose like this color for this. As I should have not trusted. That's an 11.
An 11. So as you begin to walk through the threshold of this doorway, kind of moving towards the center of the mural, you did not realize that there was a trap here, in the sense that there was a false floor, and you watch as it just tilts down, and you try quickly to like grab onto the edge before you begin to slide, but it's covered in this like greenish slimy ichor as you slide into this pool of what you quickly find out to be is acid.
Great.
So
Could I have reached out to grab him since I was right there next to him?
I will give you a deck save at disadvantage to try to grab him.
Can it be a regular deck save since it's at advantage with my well-fed sword?
And I'm so small.
No.
Your
So
his
it would be a
temperate-
regular deck save that since
Why is it at advantage with your sword?
my sword just 8, so everything I roll is at advantage.
So yes, then it's a straight roll.
Is that like after like a long rest or
Ah,
does it
fucking
end?
shit, fuck. It was a 4.
Okay.
Its advantage doesn't mean
Oh.
it's good.
Does it-
Having seen Tennant fly in, do I have enough room to fly down and grab him?
Not before he hits the water, but you can definitely do that in a moment.
You all heard him. He said water.
Yep, water, acidic water. Very, very, very acidic water.
Oh, welcome to Mesa.
Its pH is real low.
So that is going to be 26 acid damage that you take as you slide into this thing. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Damn.
Why, is there something in the water or something? Well,
Wouldn't you like to know? You can just throw them in the
would.
chat.
I do want to know what's in the vinegar.
Smoke in the water.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. It looks like
Kenny, what's your
Rourke
dex modifier?
is up first, and then the 19s can figure themselves out in a minute. So,
That's 2?
Rourke, you
First
see
thing I'm gonna do. Oh,
Temin
sorry.
sliding into this acid. You're kind of back in the hallway still, maybe like 20 feet away. What would you like to do?
Dive down after him. How far down is it?
Vertically, it's only like 10, 15 feet, but the inside is like this bowl shape that is very hard to climb out of. But seeing as how you don't have to climb, you could easily go ahead and try to do so. So what are you just going to go and try and like pull him out?
Yeah, and I'm wondering. I'm probably gonna take dash to bring him back up to the ledge.
Okay.
And just take my whole turn to do that.
I have a really quick question, and it may negate a lot of this. But were you serious about the Jinx you owe me inspiration
No,
at the beginning?
no, I gave you the inspiration.
Okay, then I'd like to use my inspiration because that was a lot of damage.
To go back and
Reroll
use
the
it.
dex save. Yeah.
All right, yeah, go ahead. I hope nothing changes just because it's so much to go back on. But
Right. 16.
still does not make it, so we don't have to worry about it. But I would like both Rourke and Temin to roll another dexterity save, please.
Actually, I don't know if I should. Can I tell him, like, I got this? Can I say that?
You can, but he's already kind of jumped into action.
Oh.
23.
Natural 28.
28. So as you fly down into this pit, you watch as soon as you break the threshold of what used to be the floor, flames shoot out from both sides, attempting to ignite the acid. And you watch as you grab him just in time and kind of pull him out as the acid begins to burn and bubble beneath, as you then are able to fly. Are you flying into the room, or are you kind of just like circling back to the hallway?
I'm circling back to everybody. I'm not feeling too safe, just me and him sitting at like 10 HP each.
Yeah. Go ahead and both of you make a perception check.
I really like this dice tonight, so. Ooh. Oh, but I get advantage.
17.
You said perception? 21.
Perception, yeah. So being as agile and dodging away from these flame bursts as you guys were still able to get a pretty good layout of the room, and you were able to see a set of double wooden doors at the south side of the room as you guys re-exit back out of the west side that you guys had come in from.
Oh, are we out of initiative, or?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. It was mostly just a matter of seeing who wanted to go first to get burned.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's dangerous.
Nasty.
Yeah. When we get back to the city, I need new pants.
Actually,
Hey.
get some brown ones this time.
Morty,
Or green.
Morty seems good at jumping. Think he could jump to those wood doors?
Hey,
is that-
look over. How far are they?
Oh, it definitely looks like he could make the distance, but who knows what would happen when he goes through the threshold. Last time somebody went through the threshold, the
Flames spit
floor
out.
dropped, and then the second time flames shot out, so...
Can me or like Temin like go and just check the traps and see how the mechanism works and where
Wait.
is it connected to? Trace
Can't
it.
your
Track it.
eyeball float through and
Yep.
I spy with my little eye?
Go get your eye.
Or does it crawl?
Yeah, I don't think it can fly.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what the
I
fuck
mean,
did it
that's
do?
one
Roll-
way to lose an eye.
Wait, what is it? It rolls on the ground to its destination. I'm pretty sure it flies, man. You just drop it.
You
on
can
the floor.
command the eye to crawl out of its socket and move independently of you.
Are you sure it does crawl? Oh
Sounds
my god. Okay.
Horrible.
It's creepy, man.
Climbing speed of 20 feet.
Crawl across the ceiling.
I could throw it, and as long as it doesn't take more than 5 damage, it'll land.
I mean, when have you ever done more than 5 damage with a thrown object? Like, come
I
on.
mean, it'll just land. It'll just pop back into my socket too. So let's do this.
Maybe you can lob it onto the ceiling and let it
although-
crawl.
Once I pop Lefty out, I'm gonna have terrible depth perception. I'm gonna hand my eye to Aoth
Chuck it.
and say,
Live in my hand.
"What do you say? Beck, it's a real small strike zone over there."
The acid
This whole-
pit is bubbling, still uncovered by the slanted floor.
So I take my best cornhole stance and prepare to kind of lob it to the far as far as I can, but to get it to hit the ceiling and attach there.
Okay.
And I go, "I can't watch."
Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Actually, you're gonna be watching the entire time.
Before you do that, is the eye essentially impervious to, like you said something about it popping back in? So if it gets destroyed, will it rematerialize?
Yes.
All right, then in that case, what I will do is I will say, you know, why don't we just, as disgusting as this is on so many levels, why don't we let Sparky fly over and like tick it to the wall, and then it can crawl around. That way the eyeball doesn't, we're not like just sitting here tossing eyeballs around, and Sparky's not going through the door. He just kind of goes over, sticks, flies back, and as I look over, and Sparky's just like glaring at me, shaking his head, but it's like, okay, well, we want to do this.
Well, the flames do shoot out from
I'm
the
just
side.
saying it's a little bit more foolproof than cornhole stance over here.
So you want Sparky to fly through?
Like have Sparky fly over to the door.
So
And
what happened
basically-
to Rourke when he flew over? He got toasted. All right.
That's because he was picking me up.
Oh, okay. So there is like a place for him to like fly that's safer then? Oh, we don't know that, huh? Oh,
No.
okay.
So
Let's try it.
so you're
Wait, that was
proposing
in? I thought he fell in. So he's trying to go over and got flamed.
It was once I
When
went
he
down.
dipped into the pit.
so as soon as somebody goes in the room, a trap activates. So if Sparky goes in to place the
Oh.
eye in there, they're at risk. If I lob the eye as far as I can,
Sparky-
it should cling onto the top and then give us a good lay of the
Sparky
land.
Sparky looks at me, taps me on the shoulder, and flips me off. And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, toss away.
All right.
Athletics check.
So I resume, I launch, and it's 25.
25. Maybe a little hard. You like throw it and it like clings. You see like little rock debris fall down into the ass. But it like begins to crawl across the ceiling
Oh man.
down towards the other side where the door is. It's now
Wonder if
there.
Timon felt that.
I'm gonna look back, see if there's anything about the room that we can't see from this new vantage point. See if there's anything to be able to like disarm or.
Make a investigation check.
Sure. 10.
10.
10.
No. You can't really see what is causing the room to trigger this trap. It seems to be a bit more sophisticated than you're familiar with.
Okay, because this is weird. So that was just a straight roll, but I usually get advantage on investigation from my visor. Does that apply, or is this because I'm just looking through a single eye back
I'm
at
gonna
myself?
say, yeah, when your eye is detached from you, it is essentially a different creature. Because, like,
Alright.
if it got fireballed, you wouldn't take that damage. So,
Right. Okay. No.
Yeah,
makes
it's
sense.
technically a familiar, right?
Here, let me
so.
see that visor. I'll lob it in the room.
Have the eyeball look
Um,
through it.
So far, the layout of the room is a star in the middle, and a doorway across on the opposite end of the room, of the doorway where we're standing,
False bottom
and
floor.
ash on the floor that hides a false bottom into an flaming acid pit.
So the star itself is what actually kind of like fell out. So the star is now no longer there. As is part of the floor around it. Like this entire mural is what was the top of the bowl.
So I'm going to take rope and tie it to one of my arrows and shoot it above the wooden door to try and get to stick. Well, that would be stone. That wouldn't work so well. I'm gonna shoot it into the top of the door, just like the wood door. Try and
Can't
get
you
the
just
stick.
fly over?
How far away is the door?
Like
How far is it across the room?
30, 40 feet. Also, did you want to do anything with the eye now that it's over there? Since you went through all that trouble?
Nah, it's just a different vantage point.
Well, does this door have another word on it, like in the previous doors that we've encountered?
Nope.
So to answer your question, Rin, I'm not too keen to fly back into a room immediately where if a feather falls, flames come back out. So we're underground. Flying's not that great of an option without greater headspace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
I
it.
reach over.
Rin.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
I'll
if
just say-
it's only 30 feet, I can try to use Mage Hand to just open the door. If it's 30 feet across, I can walk up to the threshold, Mage Hand, and see if the door's locked or unlocked.
Is that what you're doing?
At least try that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, you go up. The door is not only is it unlocked, it like falls off the hinges as you begin to open it. And through your eye, you can see that basically 40 feet farther, the entire tunnel is collapsed in on itself.
Hey guys, I think we can skip the ash room.
Lefty's gonna go in all the way just to see if there's any, bars of gold or
Yep, make an
magic
investigation
sword
check.
picking out of that rubble.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna reach
I
over
will
and
cast
pluck one of
guidance
the
on him.
feathers off.
You
And
can't
kinda throw it in the
cast
room
guidance
just to
on
get
the
my-
eye.
It's a
What do you say? Feather?
it's a creature. It's a willing creature.
Are
Hey?
you there?
It says creature. Oh no,
Yeah,
I'd have
there.
to touch it. Yeah, that's right.
8.
You crawl around the rubble for a few minutes. It just seems like this was a hallway that got crushed by nature.
Okay.
So basically, past this trap, there's nothing there. You're saying? Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting. Cool. Okay. Well,
All right, out of that room. All right, onto the. So
then-
this was the hallway.
So the hallway still
I wanna-
continues. This
Yeah,
was just
hallway
the
still continues.
offshoot. So
I still kind of want to poke my head in there before we walk away and just kind of give it one more glance over at the walls and the floor, looking for any that hidden door that we saw. And
make
See
a.
if
If you don't want to go into the room, make a perception check.
nat 20
Natural 20.
or 26.
You scan around the walls. You do see that there is like a small little circular opening across the threshold, and many small little circular openings around the edge of the rim. It's not really something that you would be familiar with, but for those of us of modern, they look like lasers, like laser openings essentially.
Lasers?
Yeah, like
that's
Yeah.
like almost like tripwire lasers. It's basically like a motion detector type of a thing, but it's not
okay.
something that would be understandable in this modern era, or excuse
But
me, in this
would I have been
non-modern
able-
era.
Would it have appeared to me that that's where the flames came from?
It wouldn't necessarily be where the flames came from, but you would see that that is whatever is triggering the trap. You wouldn't understand the fundamentals of it, but you would understand enough to know that like when going through these areas is where things were activated or unactivated.
Okay.
yes.
What happened when I threw the feather in?
When did you throw a feather in?
I
They were
reached
talking.
over, plucked a feather off of Rourke when he said, "I don't want to drop a feather."
Okay.
And
Did you
in
drop
there.
it like into the pit, like try and get it to like slide down the ramp?
No, well, kind of just toss it into the room through the threshold.
You ever tossed a feather before?
Yeah, it's not gonna go far. It's gonna be like
You toss it, it like floats out a foot and then like floats back beyond the threshold to you.
And then I grab
That's what
like
it does.
5 of Aoth's hairs and pull them out, and then throw them down.
They all just kind of like land. Not
All
within
right.
the acid pit, because that's like 10 feet of sliding to get to.
all right. Then that's all I wanted to see in the room, I guess.
All right, so there's the door still outside of the room that is locked that you guys haven't messed with. And then there is the hallway that continues.
Okay.
And the door outside is stone door.
Oh,
Hallway
the
that
door.
continues.
Well, guess we'll check this other door, huh?
So it's already been checked, not trapped, just locked.
Okay.
I'm about to unlock it.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand check.
I find my unlocking dice. You are no longer my unlocking dice. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's not a very complicated lock. You're able to get it with pretty much ease. You open it up. It's another 5-foot long kind of passageway that kind of tees off. One goes left, one goes right.
Knowing where we are, which would I imagine would be the shorter before we end up.
So
at the
based
base of the
on
mountain.
your just general understanding of geometry, if you were to go left, you feel like you would run right into the room you just went into. So that would be definitely the shorter leg if you were to go left, because there should be a wall like 5 feet around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go that way then.
Yeah, there's the wall 5 feet around the corner. It just dead ends into like a curved circular exterior of a room.
That's weird that it would be there. But maybe the dwarves are drunk when they mined this out.
What is weird? As I follow behind.
That they would. So there was this room we just went in, and this hallway, if it continued, would go right into that room, but it's just a wall. I'm gonna sound retarded and say I investigate the wall.
But I will also say, but the hallway continues the other direction. So it's like,
Yeah.
why did they extend it 5 more feet to the left? I don't really know, but that's kind of what you're seeing. So go ahead and roll investigation.
Can I
There's a
help him?
storage alcove.
I want to investigate with him because I was inquiring too.
Yeah,
It's like,
go ahead.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
strange.
go for it. Yeah, doggy do. 9.
21.
21. You realize pretty quickly, Blitzkrieg, that this was done for structural reasons. If they would have kept it the other way, then the wall essentially, when decomposing, would have expanded in both directions. By bringing it just to a manufactured wall, they made it so that there would be no expansion between the rooms, and it'd be more structurally sound.
Wow, okay. Have you thought about going into architecture?
Man, that's not architecture, that's engineering. Architects would be like, oh, let's put a window in.
UV rated? Yeah?
Everybody who does architecture out there, I'm sorry.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Sorry.
Shots fired.
Engineer.
Yeah.
By the way,
Sorry,
internet.
I'm an engineer.
That was said by a Marine, so no worries. Don't take that to heart. Their designs are with crayons. So.
I was gonna say, one of my good friends in college did architecture, and I would go hang out at her studio, and let me tell you, it's different.
All right, I'm gonna start designing a window.
Yeah, right now?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. This place needs more light. Let's see. I have
Side quest unlocked.
right.
You
No, I don't
create
have
a
any
window,
chalk.
the acid just begins to spill through.
Right. Yeah, I don't have any chalk. We're abandoning that side quest.
Okay,
Probably
so
low
again, you
reward
can
anyway.
go the other way down the hallway, or back out of the door, back to the other hallway.
Other way down the hallway to the right this time.
Stealthy or just normal speed?
Yeah, let's stealth. And I want to put a good 20 feet between me and the clumsy band over there.
I'll probably be like with you for this one.
Because you rolled so well last time.
Sure. I'll take Blitz with me.
Thank you.
24.
25. Ha!
Ooh, stealthy boys. So the rest of you guys are kind of hanging back by the door. You guys go and you feel the passage kind of dip down a little bit. And then dip back up. And again, kind of just using your knowledge of this, and especially Blitzkrieg being underground a lot of the time, it looks like you just went under the hallway that had gone the other direction. So the other one that you haven't done, like, they crossed, and you went under it while the other one stayed above. But as you come out the other side of this little undergroove, you see a set of double wooden doors on the right, and then you see the hallway seemingly dead end up ahead. Another, like, 50 or 60 feet.
In everyone's head, like, double door. This must be a special location.
I'm gonna check for traps.
Investigation check.
Can I do a survival check while he's doing that to check if there's any like stuff on the ground, like large things crossing through this area? I mean, double door must be like.
Go ahead, make a survival check.
It's actually going away for the night. 9 for investigation.
Man, them doors be wooden. They're unlocked.
Okay.
Wait, 21 for survival?
Yeah, as I check the ground for any like kind of.
You look at the ground. This earth has not been disturbed in hundreds of years.
Okay.
It is like almost like pristinely untouched.
I put my foot on it to make a mark, and yeah, now it's mine.
Perfectly like imprints to your foot. Archaeologists hundreds of years from now will find a fossil of this and be like, what on earth is it doing here?
Oh,
Was is los?
the insects in the past are humongous.
And so obviously it's not trapped in any way whatsoever. I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay, you go ahead and open the door. Are you calling the rest of the group up to catch up with you guys, or are you leaving them back there?
At this point, yeah.
Okay, you go ahead and open the door, and it opens right up. You see a 10-foot hallway that goes down about 60, 70 feet. You notice, actually go ahead and roll a perception check. We'll see if you notice.
I'm gonna help him out with that because I'm proficient.
Go ahead and roll your own, because I'm already at advantage.
Then
I will roll my own.
But
and
I am rolling
27.
Horribly.
24.
11.
Temin, being very focused on traps and man-made things, you don't really notice the obvious, which is that this hallway is far rougher than all of the other hallways you guys have been down. It seems to go from kind of manufactured to more natural cavernous, and then as it kind of gets to the end of this hallway and begins to turn left, it's basically just like rough mining corridors at this point.
Now, do we seem to be getting further from the observation room and the gem of infinite?
Make a or just make a straight intelligence check, because you guys have made a lot of turns at this point to remember in what direction you're going.
As far as being a ranger with that, could I use survival in some way to kind of get a sense of where distances and pace counts and whatnot?
You can also make an intelligence check, not survival. Only reason because this is not terrain you're familiar with. You're not used to being underground.
18.
18. You do believe that if you go up and then angle to the left as this natural corridor goes, that it would actually be going closer to that room. But as you turn the corner, you see that this corridor ends in a bunch of broken, like, mine carts, some pickaxes. It looks like construction has essentially ceased in this direction, and it just ends.
Gotcha.
Alright, I take a pickaxe.
What are you doing?
I don't know, I just think it's gonna come in handy later.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, grab a cart.
None of the carts are operational. They are all broken. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the cart?
I don't think so.
Like some batons, some like chunks of rock, things like that.
Any useful ore?
No, it looks like if there was any ore, it might have already been taken to the room that you guys had already been to. The vault with all the ore in it.
Do we hear or feel like a breeze coming through like this tunnel somewhere, or any sort of crevices that might be like like.
Go ahead and make a perception check or investigation. I'll let you choose.
I'll do
As
investigation,
I
like,
see him looking, I will cast Thaumaturgy and make a little gust of wind.
23 is like, oh, I think I hear something.
23. Yeah, you feel a really annoying gust of wind from Rin. But more so, you notice that the wall on the right of this is very thin. In fact, it feels like there is another passageway on the other side of this wall, maybe only a foot thick.
So I basically, I guess I hear
Like
something
it sounds
from
hollow.
it. Like
Yeah, like if you were like to tap on the wall, it sounds almost hollow.
So yeah, I guess like after I turn to Rin, is like like giving that like dirty bug look. I turn back around and I feel the walls, and then I just hear it, and then I just knock on it. It's like, dong dong dong, like it echoes like, hey, this is very thin. We might be able to break through. Temin, pickaxe.
Pickaxe. And I start carving out a halfling-size doorway.
I want to do a quick life check. If we're more than 50 feet away from the room with the ashes, do a quick check for living creatures.
You are more than 50 feet away from that.
Or just creatures within 60 feet.
And when you do that check, there is nothing.
Okay.
Oh, it's a life check. Like a weapon?
No, like
The-
living things.
The sword can detect creatures within 60 feet.
So much cool stuff, man.
Is that because it wants to kill them?
Yes.
Yes.
Once their soul.
Cool. Alright, that's helpful.
Are there other pickaxes?
Yeah, you guys can work together to excavate this out pretty easily. No checks even need to be made. You excavate this little hole, Temin, you kind of stick your head through. It is literally a hole right back to outside of the laboratory room where you guys had stayed the night the previous night. You guys had literally doubled all the way back around through other passageways, and you are literally just like right next to that laboratory room.
On which side of it?
Shortcut. Oh, it loops back. I see.
Basically, I'm asking on which side to determine where we are in relation to the other door that had the stone on the other side of it. Is it within the loop, or is it outside the loop?
Oh, it's so like the secret door that you guys had like opened from inside of the room. You're literally like
No,
10
not the
feet from
secret
it.
door, the portcullis that cannot be
that
opened
is
by any.
it's to your left in the other room, about 80 feet away.
Is it inside the loop that we just created?
No, it is outside of the loop.
Okay, so we kind of skirted around it.
Like here, I'll give you guys a kind of a visual. You guys just hold on. You guys just kind of did this portion right here. You guys kind of came down and went in here, and then came back and went down and went up and came here and then busted back through this door.
I gotcha. And then there's another entrance, like another hallway leading down to the south.
other hallway that you guys had when you went through. That's the only place you haven't investigated yet.
So
in that direction.
Quick question: would Aoth have shared the information about these quote-unquote laser things?
Yeah.
You would have.
Yeah.
Would I know if Morty could jump past the lasers into that doorway?
You seen that Resident Evil movie?
I mean, it could certainly try.
Yeah.
I got an idea, and I pull Aoth and everybody else with me, whoever's willing to go, and I'm gonna get to that caved-in thing and see if there's anything back there.
You want to risk the life of your moorbounder?
No. I got a better idea.
Or a dead end.
Nope. And I will go back to that because it's probably not far, right?
No, it's very close if you go through the little hole that you just excavated.
I have another idea. We go back to the room, and then with my armor, I can draw the flames once they're triggered, so they shouldn't ignite the acid.
We don't even need to worry about that.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
then, fuck me.
Trust me.
Wait, what? What do you do? You draw the flames into your armor? Wait, what?
I mean, that's cool and all, but
Yeah, it's. Okay.
I don't want to
I'll
get
go
touched by
myself.
flames. I don't want to get touched by flames. That's all.
It wouldn't be
I
you.
mean-
It'd be me.
You have so many tricks up your sleeves. I don't even know anymore.
I don't want to risk you in acid either.
It wouldn't be acid. I'm leaving
There's
that.
acid down at the bottom.
Yeah, the acid is the fuel. The flame ignites the acid, from what I'm understanding, and it's triggered by these sensors. So if the sensors get triggered, we can pull, as the flame ignites, we can pull it away from the acid.
I mean, yeah, but I was just gonna fly over it.
Yeah, go for it. Do that. Have fun.
Like,
He's all like, Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg is just like looking at both of you like, what? Like, fly? What? Absorb? What?
Yep.
Like,
but
sure.
we could definitely try that if
I
my
wanna
flying
see this.
fails. Here, stand there, get ready to absorb in case
Nope.
in case I get
I
knocked
will
down.
redirect it at you.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know
Well,
if I can do that.
If my flight fails, save me. But I will Celestial Revelation. I will use it and sprout wings and fly over to this room that has the thing. And I would like to carry a pickaxe with me.
What thing?
The room that has a caved in at the end of the hallway.
You make it easily across. You don't trigger anything. The doors are still basically half off their hinges. You make it 5-10 feet in. You got your pickaxe. What you trying to do?
I'm trying to see what's back there. If there's any, like, I'd like to investigate to see if these walls are hollow and go to another side of anything, or
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
can I give myself
No lasers.
guidance?
Strange.
Yeah.
Okay, so 14.
Okay. Yeah. It sounds much different than the other walls. Like when you slam on these walls, they sound like there is no other surface behind them. It just sounds like dense rock.
They thick.
All right. What about at the end of this where it's caved in?
You lit it all three sides. It's the same. It's like you're just hitting a mountainside.
And where it's caved in, I can't see anything past it, like through the.
No.
Okay. Is there anything on the other, like looking back into the room? Do I see any signs over the door? Anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing additional, anyways.
All right. So there's no word over the door that leads back out, though.
The only words
Or
you've seen
on
over the door was over the first portcullis said black,
Yeah.
and over the second one that said power. You've
Yeah.
only seen two words so far over two doors.
Okay.
It's like power.
You're terrible. That's why this is rated mature. Wakanda forever. He says as he flies back.
I'm sorry, I legit thought I was muted.
I don't know if that makes it better. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if that makes it better. Yeah, you're able to fly back pretty easily still. Again, you still have that hallway to the left if you guys would like to continue that direction. Or you can go back.
Yep. I turned to Aoth. I'm like, there's nothing there, bro. I know you really wanted to check it out and make sure, but there's nothing there.
Thanks for checking it out.
I suppose it's good to be thorough. Okay.
Okay.
Down the hall we go then.
Stealthy or just at this point just
Yeah, and at this point, then fuck it.
Yeah, alright. So you guys walk down hallway about 30-40 more feet, and it continues straight, but once again, it seems like almost the same depth that the other one was collapsed in. This is collapsed as well. Anybody who feels like they would understand nature or natural phenomenons can make a nature check if they would like. If not, you guys can just understand it's one of the great mysteries of life.
I don't have like proficiency in nature, but I do have like my background as a hunter, so wilderness life.
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
help?
Make a nature check.
Cool.
Got a dirty 20.
I got a 7.
7.
Yes, have it.
It's difficult to understand this phenomenon below ground, but Rourke, having been from the floating isles and having seen literally a bird's eye view of the land, you've noticed that there are places where the land almost seems to have these straight lines across it where bits of it seem to have once been together but have since moved. Some of your elders have called it faults, and it seems like when faults were to happen, there were times when tunnels and other such things would be cut off because the land itself would move. You feel like something like that might have happened here.
As something that we've pointed out, saying the ground seems to shift over large periods of time. I've heard of this phenomenon to the whole party.
That would make sense in a 5,000-year-old room or dungeon.
So again, looking at where this caved in, is there any potential for a way through? Tapping it with pickaxe for fucking like soft spots, anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
Can I help him?
You can if you wish. You also, again, as a reminder, directly straight it collapses, but again, there's now a 10-foot hallway to your right that also extends in that direction. And I would say from where you guys are, you can see that it opens up to a room on the left, like 20 feet ahead. So you would assume
just make it an advantage
that there is a room to the right of this hallway. So if you tap on the right side, you can confirm that it sounds hollow. But there's also just an entryway to that room if you would like to go through it instead of breaking through the wall.
Well, let's go check it out. But right before opening the door, I'm gonna check for life.
There is no door. No door. It's just an opening.
Oh, it's just doorway? Okay.
So you can still check as you do. No creatures or anything are triggered by what it is that you're looking for. But as you kind of peek your head in, you look, and what this room looks like, it looks like it was a bedroom of some sort. Again, kind of similar to the barracks, except this one for maybe like a higher up leader, something with a little bit nicer. You see kind of a pool of water leaking from the ceiling towards the center. But you see that on this in this bedroom there is again kind of nicer quality sheets that are still ruined over the time. But you see on the desk to your right is a large book of like scattered papers, all kind of loosely bound together, but it feels very old, but also very large.
So, I'm not too familiar of like, like I guess like the dates and times of like, the year of this world basically. But maybe I'll just mention to everyone like, if these tunnels are like that old, is this location like, was this created during the time where the gem of power was placed here? Like just like thinking like, like it sounded like this gem of power might have been here a lot longer than what it looks like in these tunnels that we're traveling at, but he's not sure. But he will convey it to the rest of the party who might want to like maybe check, maybe this is not what we're looking for. Maybe this is just like where they're mining looking for this power, this gem of power, maybe. I don't know. Just something.
Devlin wants to go in and look around. If this looks to be a chamber, like if there's something like, if there's a table or something right next to the bed, something that would have essentially left a weapon or an item or something that would have been right within reach of whoever was sleeping there. That's what he's going to go in and want to do first.
So
look around
the bed and the table are on opposite ends of the room. This is not a very large room. This is maybe like 10 feet by like 50 feet. It's like a very long rectangular room. But if you go check the bed, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I would go in as well to kind of look around and see.
That's a nat 20. And oh heck yeah.
Nice. So you go in and you begin to search through the bed, through the pillowcases, thoroughly searching through everything. The entire time you just feel this nagging sensation that what you want is that book.
Okay. I was gonna say I was gonna go for the book.
Okay. Just go grab it, or are you gonna? What did you want to do?
No, I want to like. just not trying to hide anything. Just try and open it very carefully, page by page, see what I can see.
Okay. As you kind of look at the top cover of this, it is in a language. Well, I don't know. Do you read Celestia? I'm double checking the language. I'm pretty sure it's Celestia. I think the answer is no, because I don't think anybody speaks Celestial.
I can read Celestial. I just can't understand what I'm reading.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
No.
I can.
I think that's a and a and a la. No, that's a lay.
Oh, you're lucky. It's not in Celestial.
It's in.
Well, what languages does everybody speak? Or specifically, Tim, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Goblin, Halfling, and Thieves' Cant.
Make a intelligence check for me. Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence. Why am I trying to grab a D12?
Because you don't like succession. Succession?
Yeah, because I
Succeeding.
can't roll like double digits like at all tonight, really. I guess I've had a couple, but still. Natural 1. Re-rolling that mofo.
Nice.
Actually, I'm not rolling that dice again.
Halflings.
New dice. That's better. Intelligence with a +0 is a 17.
Nice. So, this is not Goblin. But there are similarities between this language and that of the Goblin race. It says something to the extent of, and again, this is where your translation gets a little weird because Goblin doesn't exactly use, it is, hold on, I'm trying to think of how it would be in Goblin. It would be,
It's not la.
I'm
It's
trying to
lay.
think, it would be something like useless receptacle of bad evil. is what like the closest Goblin equivalent would be, but it's kind of gibberish to you because you can't read the language. Anybody else, does anybody speak Infernal?
No.
I speak Common.
I speak the same as him, but also Draconic. I don't know if there's any crossover with Draconic.
There is not.
Does Ren speak Infernal?
I don't know,
All about that.
but it really doesn't matter
He
because
slipped away.
as you grabbed the book, I need everybody to roll initiative. And we're gonna take let's take 12 minutes. So back at 7:40, I'll get everything set up. Again, we're gonna theater of the mind this. It's a very small room, so you guys will be able to kind of go from there. And once we get back from break, we'll jump right into it.
Finally,
Cool.
some-
They can hear you, they can hear me, and we are back. Just as Mr. Temmin Ferncrest reached and touched a book that he vaguely was able to understand, but he definitely understood what come next as a spiritual hand shoots out of the pages of the book, grabs onto your wrist, and does a 19 hit you?
It does.
All right. Then can you please take 3 necrotic damage?
Ooh.
And your strength score is reduced by 1.
Oh shit.
That brings us to the top of the round. Temmin.
Did we see what hit him?
I mean, you saw an arm come out and you saw it begin to like suck the life from his arm as his muscles became ever so slightly weaker.
I'm wary.
Wary.
Is there a... Am I considered grappled?
You are
Or is
not.
that an attack? Okay. So I'm going to attack it.
What you attacking with?
Ooh, I don't like that question. Let's do... Yeah, we're gonna do the mundane short sword.
Okay, roll to hit.
Ooh, not great. Although it's a hand coming out of a book, so I have hopes. Do 12.
12 misses. As you go,
Okay.
it just kind of goes right through the hand. comes back.
All right, yeah. Second attack with stack 'em up.
Okay, roll to hit.
Much better. 21.
21 hits.
All right. So let's do this. We have regular damage. We have sneak attack damage. 18 plus 5, 23 damage.
And stick 'em up's magical, obviously. So you watch as you kind of stab with your mundane short sword, and then you take this and you just straight through the hand, straight through part of the book. And you watch as the full figure of this shroud comes visible for a moment before just vanishing. You're out of initiative.
What was that? As I turned around, I saw something in the flash, but I couldn't
What
see
just
what's
happened?
going on.
Was that thing undead? I asked to the group.
Did he just stab a book?
No, it's re-dead. Somebody else turn the next page. I'm gonna take a breather.
I don't want to. There's a monster at the end of that
Also,
book.
just for the purposes of your, you will regain that strength 2 hours from now.
Okay, thank God.
Just shake it off.
Shake it up.
Seeing that happen, I think Flynn's gonna not totally pay attention to that nagging feeling that he wants to go grab the book. He's gonna go ahead and actually start. He wants to make a Bjorn for Sparky, so he's gonna kind of start taking his dagger out and cutting up the sheet, kind of just tie a basic harness essentially, so it's something he can sit in, so he's not constantly just like hiding behind me. But at the same time, I'm very intent on the book. And when that thing came out, did I see anything else, or just kind of what everybody else saw?
You just saw the hand shoot from it, and then you saw like the figure of what was once a person come out of this book, and then eviscerate.
Was
evaporate,
it anyone or anything I would have recognized?
Make a history check.
15 plus 3, 19.
You did not know who this person was, but I will say a few things did kind of perk when you went this. For one, Morty was very irritable immediately when this happened, and not in a like prey sort of ways, in a fearful sort of ways. But beyond that, there's nothing really more that you kind of understand.
And is the draw that I feel to it kind of like just a nagging, like, ooh, I kind of want that, or is it like a physical, like a pull?
It's just you were looking for something that might be important, and it is clearly what is important.
Okay. And I will still do that. I'm essentially gonna let somebody else see if they want to touch it first while I focus on this mundane task. But if nobody else does, once I'm done, I'll kind of walk over and investigate.
So what is this cursed book that you guys are looking at?
I
know I saw
page.
something. Yeah, I don't think I feel
Rin
like...
would like to go check out the book.
I'll check it out as well.
I'm just gonna stand off to the side and ready an attack in case some other appendage comes through.
I want to stand next to Tim and I'm going to look him over to see how hurt he is.
Make a medicine check. Meanwhile, Rin and Aoth, what are you guys doing with the book?
I want to see if I can perceive anything that's triggering. You know, was that something that jumps out per page, like a different trapped something in each page, or is it the book in itself that was it? So
make an Arcana check with disadvantage.
I rolled a 3 because I don't know halfling anatomy.
Yeah, not only that, you also don't understand how strength could have been sapped from a creature without you don't understand the necrotic form of this wound, essentially.
Yeah. I just diagnosed him like, yeah, just do some push-ups and you'll be fine.
Take some Motrin. 18.
18. even with all of your knowledge of creating magical items through your blacksmith, this is still a realm that you are not familiar with. This was clearly undeath. This was not like a physical triggered trap. As far as you can tell, it wasn't a spell. This just seemed to be a spirit that inhabited this book.
But I was able to detect that it was undead then.
Yes.
Okay.
Would I also know that it's undead?
Yes.
Would I would like to use one of my Eyes of the Grave and see if it's still inhabiting said book.
What is the range on Eyes of the Grave?
60 feet.
And it detects what specifically again?
I know the location of any undead within 60 feet.
Okay. There are no more undead within 60 feet.
In this book, there's not.
Does not trigger
Yeah.
your Eyes of the Grave.
Okay. I turned to Aoth and I'm like, oh, there's no more undead in this thing.
I'm gonna reach over
my
and turn
eyes,
the page.
flash over, like to my Eyes of the Grave kind of flash over, like looking for it. You see that it.
You
Are you gonna keep
turn the
looking
page. You don't read any of the writing, but you're able to turn the page.
I don't read Infernal, but I do read Goblin as well.
You do. I mean, you kind of get a similar understanding of, like, once it gets into, like, the small text inside, like, the title's one thing. But again, you kind of get the idea that it's something to the extent of, like, reader of bad evil. Like, all goblin languages are a little different, so like your what you learned and what you know, Temin learned were probably completely different.
I get the same vibe though. How hurt is Temin, by the way?
I'm pretty messed up. I'm bloodied.
Okay, I'll
Yeah, before I do anything else, I'll wait for them to take care of Temin. But once that's done, I want to pick up the book and look at the back and the front and see what happens.
Yeah, you look it over.
you get healed for 10 hit points.
Thanks, boss.
At this point, I mean, unless you have the ability to identify it, it seems like it is a powerful book that you can't read. Like, you can still sense the power of it. Like, even not, it is on par with some of the other things you have found in this dungeon.
Ren would like to pick it up.
I'll hand it over to Ren, and you know, I don't think we should leave this behind, but I don't know what this does.
I don't think so either, but I think we can figure it out, and I will put that.
I was gonna say, seeing them interact with it, once I get done with Sparky's Bjorn, I'll walk over to you guys mind if I thumb through that real quick? I don't know why, but I feel like I want to.
Sure.
And then Sparky in tow, full center. I'll go over and kind of grab the book and start flipping through. I also speak Goblin, so I'll start kind of like leafing through and skipping whatever. Again, skipping the first page or two or whatever it was.
All of the like little writing after the title is just gibberish because it's not the same language. But again, the main title of it for you would be something like Tablet of Evil Blackness.
Do I feel anything different holding it? Like knowing that I was kind of moderately drawn to it, do I feel like that was just like, oh, that's the most important thing in the room, or do I feel like it was actually calling to me, and now that I have it,
you don't feel any like sentience or magical pull? It just seemed like that was where you were like, oh, I'm gonna look at the left side of the room first, but the whole time you're like, man, I think the right side of the room has some cool shit.
Okay, so it was more of an innocuous, like, that looks more important than anything over here with these soiled bed sheets than it was like, hey, come talk to me, come pick me up.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, Sparky, you kind of have a devil may care attitude. Do you read and write?
I don't read shit.
Can you read?
Double make care. That's
Oh,
funny.
please. I don't believe he does.
Not this language, anyways.
Bro, he reads Primordial and Common.
Okay. It is worth a shot.
Why is everyone so
Oh,
enamored by this book?
He does have a second language. He's learned.
He also has
I
12
need it.
intelligence.
Which
I need to
is
get
higher than mine.
Wait, hold on. Time the fuck out. Oh no, it's my wisdom that's low. I thought maybe he had more intelligence than I did.
Sparky is smarter than me, though.
Yeah, same.
That's sad.
That being said, looking at said book, do we want to keep it? I can throw it in the bag of holding so it doesn't fucking
Yeah.
sprout out at anybody.
I would say let's keep it.
Can I cast? Well, does it appear magical? Like, it's obviously magical, right?
Again, you can even sense, even a non-magic user can sense that this book has power.
Okay. I will cast Identify on it then.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second to see what you would get here.
I like the feel of this book.
I like the cut of this book, Jim.
You would, so don't go look this up immediately. I'll tell you when you can do that. What you would get from the investigation spell is that this is a book called the Book of Vile Darkness.
Identify spell.
Correct. You gain resistance to slashing damage. You can use this book as an action to cast Healing Word. You can use it to cast Animal Friendship. You can also use it to cast an ability called Dwarmji's Instant item, essentially, and it creates a sapphire with the name of the item you touch, and basically you can smash the item to get it to come. So if you ever need to like sneak something in somewhere, something like that. However, on the negative side, you do know that animals within 30 feet of you are immediately hostile to you unless you've used the animal friendship spell on them.
Uh-oh.
You must eat and drink 6 times the normal amount of food to survive. And the first time you touch something of value, its value lessens by half. And giants are immediately hostile towards you. That is what you know.
I assume this is also like you have to attune to it to have
this
that
is an attunable item, yes.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure it wasn't like a wall in our presence.
I mean, as far as some of the other things, you're not entirely sure, but as far as to gain the positive things from it, yes. And it is considered a spell book. So like anybody who needs a spell book for their casting or such not, this is that.
So, being the only magic user in the group, well, not the only magic user, I use magic too, but being the primary magic user in the group, I will turn to Deflin and say, this book does all these things, dude. I'd highly suggest you use it. I mean, it seems badass. It's pretty damn powerful.
It's probably as
just-
powerful as the eye that you gave Timon last night.
Yeah, well, here there is a drawback to it. The only thing is, like, every animal's like hostile to you unless you cast the animal friendship, but you can cast it with this book. So if you attune to this book, just make sure you cast animal friendship on Morty over here, and he won't attack you. I will hold him back until you're done.
You know what? I will hold on to it though. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more research on it before I just willy-nilly attune to it.
No, I mean that's all the research you need. What else are you gonna get? I mean, Identify tells me everything. Full well thinking that it does. Like, I'm not being deceptive there.
I mean, you know,
Just don't.
just out of curiosity. So, how much food do we have on hand? Because it sounds like
Yeah, that's right. You do. Yeah, that's right. You do eat like 6 times, but you can create food, right?
Me? Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm sure you can find stuff down here to eat, and I look around at like dead things. Like, Is there bones around?
Again, I will hang on to it, but this is going to be a once we're out of the barren dungeon type of attunement, not like middle of.
I think it might help us though, in the dungeon.
No, that's fair. But how much do we have in the way of rations between us all? 'Cause
I've got
I'm
plenty.
going, like all of them. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that, like, once I attune to this, I essentially become ravenous. I feel like I become the human equivalent of that sword over there that likes to eat souls. I mean, but not
Except
souls,
food.
just food.
Which is
Yeah,
okay.
You see that? It's like, no.
We
I
can
find
I
you
can-
food.
we'll
The
find
sword
food.
speaks up.
I'll have Morty find some shit.
The sword speaks up? What?
Sword
Is
can
Morty
speak.
considered an animal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Okay.
Morty is 100% an animal.
I, was
He's
gonna say,
a more
I didn't know if that was more like a general term or a specific, like if it was going to be like creatures we come across. Like, would I have to cast it on Sparky? Is Sparky's considered a
Element?
it's like
Devil?
I guess it's considered a. Is he? What is he?
Demon? Imp is a devil, right?
You're asking what Sparky is?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what he would be classified as.
Oh, he's
Like,
classified
if
as
I-
He's not a
asshole.
beast.
He's a.
he's a fae, small fae.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
He's not technically a beast.
From the attunement, would I know if that's is it a one-time cast or an at-will cast for those spells?
At will, I thought he
It
said.
is at will for healing word, at will for animal friendship, and at will for Dwarmji's instant. I don't know what the end of that spell is called.
The other thing, yeah, the instant item thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
They just
No.
all require an action, so like in combat, it's only so useful.
Okay. And all right. You know what? I'll go ahead and add it. But given that we're like just rolling through, I won't attune to it right now. But what was the actual item called?
Book of Vile Darkness.
Okay. So I will add it. I guess if I use the right keyboard.
I find it odd that all these powerful artifacts are just lying around waiting for us to find them.
I mean, it's essentially like the tiny Fey distribution system. Those who need them get them.
What? It's like, well, anyway.
It's like the fantasy kitten distribution system. You're never looking for them, but you always find them if you need them.
Okay. I'm just saying, let's be careful.
So
If you can cast healing word at will, though, like, bruh, we don't need like healing anymore. Like, we don't need short rest anymore. You just heal everybody up.
What? I didn't
Like
know that.
Tevin here getting hurt. Yeah.
I mean,
when you're
alright,
spell slot.
well, you know what? I'll make you a deal. You're in charge of finding my food and/or buying my food until we get this under control.
Deal. I got you.
All right,
Morty.
and
Find food for him as much as we can.
then how much time do you do? You said before that attunement for this is just kind of
It's an
it happened.
intentional. Yeah, it's an intentional thing. You have to choose to
Okay.
do it.
Cool. Then I will choose to attune.
Wonderful. Can I have everybody that's not James leave the computer? I will text your phone when you can come back.
Leave the computer?
Yep.
just
Log out. Log out of the session.
Okay, bye.
Everybody except James and me.
Nope, just James and me.
Wait, how the hell do I log out? I'm gonna turn on my camera so you know I'm gone and turn it on mute.
Sounds great.
I'll know how to log in and out.
I mean, I was just thinking the other day. I don't have a magical item.
Hold on one second. I want to server mute everybody, or server deafen the people who are still here. All right,
Oh my god.
we have some things to talk about.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I'm looking through the book. I think we do.
First thing that we have to talk about, what would you consider Declan Pickman's alignment currently?
I think currently he's chaotic good. The chaotic portion being the wild magic portion, and the good being his general intentions.
Okay. Make a charisma save for me.
So that is 11 plus. Oh, it's a save, so plus 8, so 19.
Okay, before I tell you the results of anything, do you want to use any inspirations or anything? Or are you good with your charisma save of 19?
I have no inspiration. The only thing I have would be 1 Tides of Chaos, so I'm going to stick with a 19 at this point.
Sounds good. All right. So you are able to save them, which means that your alignment does not change instantly. However, you will take a certain amount of damage because of this.
Okay.
It's actually not nearly as bad as it could have been. 14 psychic damage.
Okay.
As you are essentially connected to the cosmos of evil. Every dark plan and dark idea and dark scheme that has ever existed within the cosmos of the universe exists within this book. You can still not read it. You can still not decipher it. You have not given in to its influence yet.
Okay.
But the longer you stay attuned to it, the more chance it will have to slowly consume you. But you can still use its features, both positive and negative, while you have it attuned. But that is what you experience in this singular moment as you attune to this. So we'll call everybody else back. We'll take a quick.
I can use really quick, just looking through. So like everything that's listed in the Book of Vile Darkness, I have access to right now.
So the things that you have. And I will be specific about this because you know how it says random properties? I determined the random properties already that this thing has. So the things that I wrote out, and again, if you remind me, I will make this for you at some point, but you have resistance to slashing damage. You can use your action to cast the spell Healing Word. So again, even though Healing Word is normally a bonus action, you can use it as an action to cast Healing Word. If you cast it, you roll a d6. If you get a 6, you can't use it again until next dawn. So basically, there's a 1 in 6 chance that you won't be able to continue to use it.
Okay, I will plan on not using it right now then, since I.
Again, there's a few things that are going to go with it like this. However, the other things about this will go through. So, for instance, the adjusted ability scores. Once you have spent the appropriate amount of time, which again is, I don't know if you saw in the thing, is 80 hours to develop all of the benefits. So you immediately get the minor benefits that I kind of explained. The ability score will come after reading it. The Mask of Darkness will come after reading it. Command Evil. Basically everything below the random properties will come after you've spent 80 hours reading this book.
Okay, so I have the slashing, I have the Healing Word,
Animal Friendship, Dwamji's instant whatever.
So I'm guessing with looking at that's the one where I got that one. Instant value thing. Alright.
And then again, the negative things, all animals are hostile with you within 30 feet, unless you use animal friendship. You must eat or drink 6 times the normal amount. And the first time touching something of value, that value will lessen by half.
6 times rations. Lessen. And that's anything that I touch of value, or the first time I touch something that I want to use the Dwamji's thing on.
No, that is just the first time you touch anything of value, it will happen. Beyond that, it will not happen anymore. All right, I told everyone to be back at 8:15, so that'll give us 6 minutes to just come together. We're gonna go just super quick break, just so we can get everybody back to their computers and log back in, and then we will pick up from the moment after Declan Picklin attunes to this. see where we go from there. So we'll be right back. We're back. Quick as ever. We're still missing one player, but we're back. So,
It burns! It burns!
Are we missing one player or are we missing two players?
well, yes. We're missing Rin and Morty, technically.
So what the hell? Like, I'll turn over.
So, hold on. We really can't jump back into things until
Okay. Yeah, wait for.
we get Rin back, because something is going to happen immediately. Which I
It
can
definitely
probably
did.
do. I just don't remember what page Moorbounders are on.
Is it evil Deflin or is it good Deflin?
You'll find out.
He really wanted that Moorbounder down here.
Hmm.
You sure he should say it now?
Somebody
He
get the
could
spit
die.
bottle.
I feel like sometimes
somebody
Pete's
who
like,
wants to be
wondering-
responsible for his Moorbounder roll a d20 for me?
No.
Absolutely. 1000%
What
yes.
happens when you don't show back up at the right time?
He's
Oh.
dead.
Oh,
Oh,
damn it.
all
He
right.
came back
He heard you.
just a little early.
He
Bummer.
heard you.
All right.
I'll let you
Well,
play
since you're here, Rin, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
What? Why? What's happening?
What? It's not important. Just do it.
It's not. It has nothing to do with your character.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well, your main character.
maybe not nothing.
6.
Okay.
Oh god.
Deflin,
Yes.
describe your immediate experience as you attune to this, kind of standing in the doorway of this room, of the hallway that you guys had just entered.
So as I'm attuning to it, I feel myself just start to kind of black out. Like, and by blackout, I don't mean like pass out. I mean like top to bottom. I just feel like this dark crowd kind of feel like it's starting to overcome me. And I've known for a while that I wasn't great at magic, but this feels like something completely different. I start to get that tingle up my spine, but then all of a sudden, there's just almost like a pop. And I realized that something tried to take a hold, but didn't. And I feel like there's like I have something important. I just don't know what it is, but I feel like I've got a purpose now more than just getting through without killing the people around me when I try to cast Mage Hand.
And in that moment of realization, you are able to react fast enough to see that a Moorbounder is about to strike you. About to go through
Whoa.
whatever is in your way to kill you. You act first.
At which point, something in the back of my head also, like, through the book, I don't want to say telepathically, but all of a sudden, I just know to cast Animal Friendship. And all of a sudden, as I'm flipping through the book, the words just kind of change. And I know what it is, and I know how to say it. And I cast, in Infernal, Animal Friendship.
And you watch as in this moment a small, like, portal opens as, like, a chunk of flesh comes out as part of this ritual of animal friendship, and is there. I need another d20 roll from you, Rin.
What's
17.
even happening?
+1 is 18. What is your spell save?
It is. I'm looking at the wrong character. Sorry. 16.
Okay. It succeeds. It pushes past your magic. It is determined. I need
Rin, seeing this, is going to try and stop the Moorbounder. He's going to command the Moorbounder to stop attacking him.
It will ignore you. It will literally this is not a matter of like obeying or not obeying.
I get that. I'm still trying.
No, sure. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not giving you a roll is I'm just telling you it's impossible. That's exactly what you're doing. The way that I have this pictured in my head with where everybody was standing, I imagine that I need a deck save from Rourke and Temin, as this Moorbounder is basically going through you to Devlin.
Rin would attempt to jump in between Devlin and Moorbounder.
Okay, well, we can get to that in a second then.
Deck saving throw?
Yes.
28.
Okay.
21.
Perfect. You guys are easily able to get out of it, already seeing the things. And again, Rin stepped in front. And what's going to happen then, Rin, as you step in front, is you are going to take the brunt of these attacks. It is going to essentially
100%.
try and go through you. So as a Moorbounder, it gets... Is it 3 attacks? 2 attacks? 16 attacks?
As I sidestep, does it
No, he just gets 1 attack.
Nothing would be provoked as far as attacks of opportunity at this point because Rin would have stepped in front. So you guys dove out of the way, but really it never even got to you because Rin kind of imposed himself here. It looks like it just gets 1 attack.
Yep.
I will...
+6 to hit. You want me to roll it?
I'll still have you roll it. You can kill yourself. I'm about it.
It's a nat 1.
You know what's really
Nice.
funny? You know what's really funny? Is I had already rolled for it, and I had rolled a nat 1. So that just shows you the dice don't lie right there.
It really didn't want to attack me. Is really what
It
happened.
goes and it just begins to just immediately slash, but it stops itself right in front. But it doesn't cease. Does everybody want to roll initiative? You have essentially a wild animal at this point.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm trying to
let's pause.
grapple him.
Let's everybody roll initiative then, except for Devlin, who's already at 19, and the Moorbounder, who's already at 9. Everybody else can roll initiative though.
I'm at 18.
19
17.
What's your Dex mod, Rin?
+2.
And what's yours, Devlin?
+4, I believe. Yeah, +4.
So
What the
Devlin,
fuck is your dex? Jesus Christ.
Rin,
18.
and then who is 18 was Aoth?
Yeah.
How do you have an 18 dex as a sorcerer? What the fuck?
21.
21 for Blitz.
4 for Rourke.
17 time.
17, Temin. And then 9 for the Moorbounder and 4 for Rourke. Okay, we need to deal with one other thing first, though. Devlin, you had messaged me something about the next time you cast a spell.
Sure did.
Let's resolve that. So, I need you to roll a D100, and do you remember what the last thing you did with your wild magic was? I always need you to remember what the last thing was.
It was, let's see, Dragon's Breath.
Dark
was
vision.
2 or no, it was something innocuous. I don't remember what it was. I rolled a 50.
This time?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Go.
It was something minor. It was something minor illusion based. So it had no positive or negative effects. It was just
Got it.
everybody saw.
Got it. Sorry, give me a second, guys. It's gonna just take me a second to pull this information out. You guys can have 6 seconds of conversation that you would have between yourself in this moment.
Rin is like, don't hurt him. Just I'll get him.
Ren's like, no.
Ren's like, don't hurt him. Just cast that friendship. Cast friendship.
Okay.
All right. And what level is the highest level spell that you can currently cast, including the ones you can cast from the book?
Ooh. I think there's only one that's listed in the book, and I believe it's 8th level.
Jesus Christ.
Good to know.
Yeah, Dominate Monster, 8th level is the highest that's listed.
And you said 20, or excuse me, 50?
50, yes.
Now I'm starting to regret this whole, hey, you should fucking attune to it.
That's twice.
It's okay.
Honestly, just be happy that I passed a check that I had to do.
All right. So, as you cast the animal friendship, or attempted to cast it, even though this moorbounder, Morty just pushes through with this and just feels as if they are just determined to rake the evil from this world. You watch as directly behind this, a ball of flame erupts out of the ends of your thoughts, and you have a flaming sphere that is now just going to rocket down the hallway, in the direction away from you, essentially. So with this is also a
You cast a flame sphere.
so it's a deck. Yeah, flaming sphere is what he cast.
It's a level.
Can
it's a
I
8.
so
Wait.
so obviously I see that happening. Can I pull the flame toward my armor?
Describe what your armor does again.
Through all the people.
No, not. That's what I'm saying. If the flame was
Hold on.
shooting
Tell me what your
people,
armor does.
Well, first off, it has to be non-magical flame, so that
It
might
is
just negate the whole
it's
thing.
magical flames, so that's what we were going for right there. All right, so I need a deck save. We're gonna go in order here because if somebody gets hit, the ball stops. So Temin, deck save. And this is gonna be your spell save. So whatever that was, 16, I think.
It was, 16.
Yeah, 24.
Okay, so you dive out of the way. Next, Rourke.
19.
You dive out of the way. Rin.
14.
The ball hits you, so that is going to be 2d6 fire damage, and then the ball is essentially going to be right behind you, with the moorbounder essentially flanking you in the fireball, essentially.
Okay, how much damage am I taking then?
That is for the wizard to roll.
8.
Damn it.
All right, and this fire is now just kind of this necrotic black flame that is kind of just like.
Wait, it's necrotic damage?
It's not. It's fire. It just looks like it's black.
Okay.
Green
Black
flame.
Okay.
All right, so that then brings us to the official top of initiative, Blitz. You are in the room, which is why you didn't have to make any saves, because you had said that you were in there investigating things. So you can step out in the hallway. What would you like to do? Or you could just stay in here and say, screw it.
So I'm in the same room as everyone else, right?
No,
Or are saying I'm
you and Aoth are in the room where this bedroom was. Deflin, Rin, Temin, and Rourke are all in the hallway with the moorbounder.
Okay, so if I were to hear all the commotion, if I were to just
Oh, you
walk,
can
like,
see it. You're right in the doorway. Again, this room is tiny.
Gotcha. Can I what would I think is happening? I mean, I guess
you saw all of this. You saw exactly you saw that all of a sudden the moorbounder got really aggressive. Rin stepped in front, took the brunt of an attack. You watched as Deflin kind of used the book to try and cast a spell towards the moorbounder that you may or may not know as animal friendship, if you know animal friendship.
Well, I also cast it in Infernal.
And-
When I read it, I said I cast it in Infernal, so you wouldn't understand what I was saying.
Well, so that's why I'm saying he would have to know the spell. Because
Oh,
if you
yeah,
know
you don't-
the effect of the spell, then he would know I don't know how he just cast that, but that is what animal friendship looks like, essentially.
Okay, so I guess I'll just telepathically project everyone what the hell is going on here? What would people say? Would Flynn say anything?
I
Mainly?
I would be like, well, that was supposed to be animal friendship.
What? Okay. And the Moorbounder is basically still rushing him, right? And
Well, the Moorbounder is now basically pinning Rin and a flaming sphere that's like right outside the doorway to your right, like within this 10-foot hallway.
all right.
So, like you could go around it. You could go around. There's like enough room to navigate around it, but it's still very much like in conjunction with everyone else.
Okay. I guess like if I see this, maybe I'll can I try and use whatever knowledge I learned from that animal training book that we like, how to like, a long time ago, like how to like, calm an animal or something, like hey, it's like I'll use whatever ability like and try and like calm the Moorbounder down, like
I will allow you to either roll
That's a good boy.
animal handling or insight at advantage. You can choose whichever one you would like to do.
I'll do animal handling.
Okay, go ahead.
Is at advantage, you said?
At advantage, yes, because of your knowledge of the book.
Okay. You're a good boy, right? I remember you're a good boy. 18.
18. You remember the steps more than anyone because you don't believe in
taming
feelings or taming. Yeah, again, you just believe in the facts that were written on. You look into this creature's eyes. There is something influencing this creature beyond what is just natural bestial emotions. You will not be able to tame this creature to stop doing what it's doing.
Gotcha. I would assume that's like an action for me, right?
That's a free action. Again, you can do a check as a free action. If you were successful in doing it, then it might have been an action, but you literally just know in this moment, I can't fucking do this.
Gotcha. So, because I'm thinking like it has to be something that's affecting it, I'll turn back around and look at Devlin. Can I do an insight check on him then? Maybe like to see like maybe there's something on him that's kind of
we'll use that as either your action or bonus action since now this is your second one. Go ahead and make go ahead. Action. So go ahead and make an insight check.
And while you're doing that, I'm literally just flipping through the book.
Okay.
Flipping through the book.
I got a what did it say? Oh, that's a 7. Oh, okay. I got an 8 only.
An 8. So first off, what I would say is what information are you trying to glean from your kind of inspection of him?
I think for me, it's like I already felt like unease from this book because like, the entire time, like, I remember I saw something attack like, Timid from it, and everyone's like enamored by this book and just something weird about it. And undeath is something that I'm kind of like uneasy about anyway. So my idea would be like, I'm looking at that book, like there's something funny about it, but I just don't know what kind of thing. Maybe it's doing something here, but he seems like he's not taken over because Devlin's like responding to me. So I guess that's where I'm kind of in my turn.
So Devlin, I want you to roll a d20 and add your deception score to it. Not that you are doing anything specifically deceptive, but I just want to know what that number looks like.
That is a 10 plus 8. So 18 for deception.
18. So Blitz, when you look at him, you feel the same about the book. But you know that the person behind this book is still the same person that they were beforehand. And they are just essentially attempting to control this new item of some sorts. Okay. That's kind of the best interpretation you would be able to pull from it.
Okay. And I'll probably telepathically like, you're playing with magic you do not understand. And then you should step away from the Moorbounder.
Telepathically, if I can respond, I'll be like, you've been around me long enough to know that this is not necessarily under my control all the time. So, start animal friendship, fucking fire sphere.
It's your turn, Devlin.
Yeah, and then basically that's where we end up, and I'll tell you to like you should step back. That's the last thing I say to
actually,
you.
I need you to roll a d6 first.
Me?
Yeah.
D6. 4.
Okay.
Like our
Go ahead.
D6.
All right. I am then do I get, and so do I feel like the Moorbender is still
Not under your control.
not under my control. Okay. Then I will again use the book to try to cast Animal Friendship and
Make a wisdom save for the
19.
Moorbounder.
Also 19. I passed the wild magic this time.
Rin, wisdom save for the Moorbounder. It's plus
Oh,
one.
wisdom save?
Yeah,
Okay.
plus one.
He's casting Animal Friendship again.
Mm-hmm.
Please fail. 4 for 5.
5.
Nice.
So at this point, then the Moorbounder kind of ceases its aggression and goes back to how it would normally act around you, almost as if Deflin is the same as he was before a few minutes ago.
Okay.
You are out of initiative.
All right.
And how long does the fire sphere? I mean, is the fire sphere? Is that something that drops?
You can choose to dismiss it whenever you wish.
Oh yeah. I mean, is it doing any damage to him?
Well, I mean, it's currently right next to him, so on his turn it would do damage to him. But
Okay. Then as soon as then I'll be like, stop. Because I think he's
Stop what?
you almost watch when you say that. It's like the flames rush back into the book. Almost like they're still there, ready to go again if you need them.
What?
So, the book was hit or miss, I think, is the way I would go. And then I'd be like, how are you looking after that fireball? You are that fire-based attack.
Rin looks down and he's like a little scorched. Like you can see like little scorch marks and shit all over him.
Do you want me to roll the dice on some healing?
Of course.
So
You did
roll
this
a
to me. You
D6.
might as well fix it.
Well, I was gonna say, what level does it cast Healing Word at? Because the option
Basic
is
level.
Basic level, so level 1.
Yeah. So also beforehand, roll a d6 for the Animal Friendship.
5.
Okay. Go ahead if you wish to use that.
All right, so I will go ahead and Healing Word is what is that?
It's a D4 plus your
4
charisma
plus-
modifier.
I have
on
no
the
idea what
bright
the
side.
book does, but
On the bright side, I'm very charismatic. So D4, you're gonna get back 4 plus 5, 9.
Roll another
Alright.
d6. Just remember, you got to do that after everyone.
6.
Okay. You know what that means.
Do I?
Well, you should.
Is that part of the book thing?
Yeah.
That I haven't read yet.
Oh, no, this is
now
part of what I
acid
said.
damage.
So remember, you can cast these things at will, but after you roll a d6, if you roll a d6, you can't use it till the next dawn.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If
You are now
roll
no
a six,
longer able to cast Healing Word for the rest of the day.
Okay. Let me make a note of that.
And that's the same for Animal Friendship. It's the same for any of the...
is if
Okay.
he rolls a 6, you
And
can't use it again.
Until the next
Dawn.
day, dawn.
all right.
Whoa,
So,
whoa,
but the
whoa.
animal friendship is good because I didn't roll a. So it's a
Correct.
6. So the animal friendship is still good, but healing word is not.
Yep.
Okay.
Is everything good now?
I mean, good is a relative word, but it's not bad.
Okay.
And
So
then
you
stays
got some new
until-
powers, I assume?
Basically until the next day.
So you were both talking at once.
Sorry. If I roll a 6, then it's I can't use it until after a long rest.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, until the next dawn. Because like you
The
guys
next dawn.
currently rested during the middle of the day, so it's like
Got it.
evening, nighttime right now. So
Okay.
in a few hours, you would be able to use it.
Okay, so okay.
Okay.
So, what I was saying is, like, you got new powers, or like what's this book thing doing? I mean, obviously, I mean, I told you it was gonna piss off Morty, and it pissed off Morty.
Yeah.
So, but Morty's fine now. But just make sure you keep on that shit. You know, I maybe give him a treat or some shit because he was pissed.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna roll that into the food you owe me.
Oh, whoa! I told you what was gonna happen with Morty. I
I
warned
mean,
you.
you're in charge of Morty. You probably should have
Yeah, no,
taken him 30 feet back if you knew that. If he was
There
within 30
wasn't
feet, he would be
shit
aggressive.
I could do.
Is the animal friendship, like if he leaves 30 feet and comes back, do I have to do it again, or is it once I cast it, it's
Good
good?
for 24 hours.
Oh. Balls.
You better cast this shit every day on Morty. That's our wake up ritual. Morning coffee, animal friendship. Wait, so hold on. Can Morty, if I let Morty know to purposely fail a save, can he?
Nope. This is not something that is again, this is levels of magic beyond just like animal friendship is like a first level or second level spell or something like that. Like the level of magic that the impulse to destroy this is like a 9th level impulsion.
Well,
Got
this
it.
is gonna be a problem in the future.
I don't think so.
Okay, so the good news is I can now read Infernal. I can do a lot more cool, weird shit if I like read this book a shit ton. I'm not evil. I'm not evil. I got that going for me. So that was very close.
Are you possessed?
Inside check.
Make an inside check and go ahead again and roll deception. Again, not that you're being deceptive, but that is what I want you to roll.
27.
4. Okay. You look fine to me.
Are you possessed, or is the book possessed? Like, is the book talking to you like his sword does, or?
You know what? It's more of an esoteric thing. It's kind of a pull versus a voice. Like I don't hear it say anything, but it's like in the back of my mind, I really kind of want to like spend time with it and read it. But again, the moment that I attuned to it, there was a second where it went, "You're evil."
Sounds familiar as I turn to Aoth and you know what he's dealing with.
I would say that the items down here in the dungeon are not necessarily great, but at the same time, we should be careful.
I mean, I've dealt with a talking sword. I know what Aoth's going through. I know what this feels like. Mine. I got lucky for some reason, but yeah, it didn't end up killing me. But just be careful.
Well, I mean, in that case, I got lucky too. I'm not evil.
Did it try to make you evil?
Matt, I think you were
ish. So it tried to make you evil?
Yeah, it tried to make me evil.
Fuck. I mean, is it gonna try again though?
Not as far as I know.
Is it the influence of
Matt,
Arawn?
would I know if that's something that would potentially? Oh, actually, I would. I will say this: there's some good and some bad. The more I try to harness it, the more it may try to harness me.
Wait, so it's gonna try and make you evil again? I'd like to roll an insight on that.
Go ahead. You don't need to roll anything.
15.
Okay. I mean, you can think what you want, but for as far as you can tell, he seems legit.
Okay, so he thinks that it's not gonna try and make him as evil, but it might.
It may. So, like I said, at first I was like, well, no, it's not going to. But like right now, like the way I look at it is like right now, from what I know, it's not going to just randomly try. But I do feel compelled to read the book, and the more that I read, the more likely it is to pop up as an option.
So it sounds like we need to make you a safe word.
Tangerine.
Tangerine. If you call out Tangerine, we know you're evil, and what do we do?
That's
Do we kill the book, or do we tie you up? I mean, are you into that kind of thing if you're evil?
Matt, how do I know? Do I know basically everything that's listed at this point, or
you know
is that
everything except the additional powers that we had talked about? So the minor benefits and detriments and things like that, you understand. You understand what, again, I mean, you understand as much as you think you understand of what you saw.
Like there's a point in there that says like if I die while possessing the book, do I know that stuff?
No, you don't know anything like that.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, it's. Bro,
what do we do if you yell Tangerine? That's all I want to know. Do we tie you up, put a ball gag in you, and spank you a little bit until you're a good boy, or?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't.
What do you want us to do?
We destroy the book.
Run. So we're just gonna leave you if you abandon you if you yell Tangerine.
If this book makes me go evil, from what I know, you will definitely want to distance yourself.
I mean, we're not just gonna abandon you. Like, what do we do?
I would like to also point out that if he went evil, not going to be inclined to use the safe word.
I think he might right before he goes. It's a possibility.
There is a logic flaw in that somewhere.
If I say the safe word, tie me up.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I mean, think about it.
And also, as
you
a
can't
magic
cast anything.
I'll probably also gag me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't cast anything if you're bound and gagged. Like, I just threw the spanking thing in there for fun, but you know, if we do that, you can't move your fingers, you can't say anything, so no spell casting, and we'll find a cure somehow. But if you turn evil and you're in there, because I know you're not evil. There's a piece of you in there. You may be able to talk, and you may be able to get out the tangerine. What is a tangerine, anyways? I've never seen one.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a book. It was just a word that I thought of after reading the book.
Tangerine's a book?
Sure.
Yeah, got it.
Ooh. All right.
I'm developing a bit of a bad feeling about this whole place we're in, where there seems to be a lot of power above our weight class, and we're getting a lot of cool-seeming stuff.
The monkey's paw or something? Is that what it is?
It seems.
I mean, do you like your sword, Aoth?
So far, I sure do. It's taking a couple slashes at everybody, but...
How's Lefty doing there, Temin?
Oh, he's great. Are we taking a short rest by this point, or no?
I would probably, yeah, right?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, so far so good.
I mean, it takes like an hour to attune, so I think we already took a short rest, right?
No, tuning is not the same in
Attuning
the universe, right?
Yeah, he said
in my world, it is very much like just an intentional few minutes, and you can do so.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, if you want to take a rest, bandage up, whatever, you know, if you're busted up, do that, yeah. No, just.
I mean, this guy can heal you at will, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, what happened?
Because I rolled a 6 on the D6, it's not good until dawn. If I
know I was trying to roleplay it.
Yeah. So
damn it.
So I went heal, and you did, and then I tried to do it again, and it didn't. So I think I have to wait until like the sun's coming up again. So, like, I don't know, a couple hours.
Ain't no sun here.
Well, approximate time of day.
Got it.
I mean, if you're really bad off, didn't like people buy healing? I mean, I don't think any of us are really bad enough off for me to waste that supreme healing that I have. I don't think anybody's 10d4 plus 20 down.
No, I think we're good.
All right, so we're gonna just move on, forward, backwards, as I kind of stuff the book in my backpack.
From where you guys are, there is no forward. You have discovered everything you have not already known to exist. So
Right.
the only options you have now is down to the room with the tree, down the shaft, or into those doors right next to the room above the tree.
But we also haven't figured out the portcullis
Correct.
with power. on it.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We still have to find more clues to really understand. But
Hang on a second, there's
Let's
clues in
go into
book.
the room with a tree and look for some clues.
yeah, let's check that last door. No doors unturned, right? Fortifying this level, right? So
Let's
Okay.
go there.
Say it'll take you guys about 15 minutes just to walk back to where you were. Even actually, yeah. I mean, either way, it's going to take you 15 minutes from where you are to essentially get back to there. So at this point, you're kind of pushing late evening. But again, you guys rested most of the day, so you feel fine. You guys walk past the room with the portcullis, still locked, still again with the word power above it. You go back into the room with the sarcophagi, and there is, again, that wooden set of double doors, as well as in the broken glass that leads down to the room with the tree.
actually, as we pass by the portcullis, I think I might just have you considered? I'll talk to Aof. Have you considered touching your sword against the bars?
It's not a
On
portcullis.
the
I thought.
portcullis?
Like there's no.
It's
there's
not
no.
a
yeah,
true
cap.
portcullis, it's like
door,
a
my bad.
interlacing
The
portcullis, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Alright.
yeah, I mean, last time we got close to here, the sword was under a spell. But I'll see what it can do, and I'll draw the sword and press it against the portcullis lace of bars and see. Do you know how to open this, or have you ever been
I don't know.
with anyone who tried to come in here?
You're making me feel really stupid right now. Just sitting out here I'm a sword. I don't it says power.
Yeah, and I fancy shield
Okay,
it back
I'll
up. Like sword says nothing.
What was it written
guess-
in again?
I guess it's not strong enough. And I walk.
Fuck you.
Whoa.
What was everything written in again?
Power.
Was that a loose? I can't remember. Was that a loose translation from something into something, or was
Nope,
that?
that's just common labeled, very clear.
Cool.
And the other one is ebony. Make of it what you will. And we continue walking, I guess, toward the other leftover door, I guess, right?
Yeah. So it's again a set of wooden double doors. You guys have not actually done any investigation to this whatsoever at this point. So if you wish to, you can.
Safety first. Guess I can help Temin check for traps if he wants to.
Okay. Roll with
you
advantage on the
slide out
investigation.
You
I don't wanna
can by
offend.
yourself. I should already have advantage.
Okay. You guys can both
Okay.
do so then.
What is it?
15.
Wait, what do we do? Sleight of hand?
Investigation. You can roll your own.
Gotcha. 9.
These doors are not trapped in any way that you can determine, but they are locked.
All right, then we're gonna unlock them. 27.
27. With ease. This is probably the simplest lock you've come across so far. As
Click.
these
Turn and kick it in.
these doors open up, you see a massive circular library in front of you.
Really
You
nice.
see just shelves and shelves and shelves of books that just descend down well below what is floor level, you see multiple spiral staircases that descend into these column sections of books. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I toss A off the end of a thing of rope and say, "Yeah, a circle's not my greatest shape," and I just like walk out towards the middle of the room.
Okay. So in the center of the room, there is like a large central spiral staircase that descends. There's also like a U-shaped shelving of books, as well as, again, books on the like outer ring of this. It's actually less of a circle and more of like a hexagon because the shelves are all straight lines, but
Also, like a staircase leading downward.
there are 5 staircases leading down. Central one in the middle, and then 4 on like what would be like the corner of an interior square if there were to be one.
So the 4 staircases that are on the corners, are they near the books, like where you can see the books at that point?
Yeah, so again, the staircases from where they are about 5 feet clearance between the stairs and the books wherever they are, so that as you descend you can reach out and grab books because the shelving units don't stop.
And how? Yeah, so they don't stop all the way up. How tall is this whole thing?
You can't currently see the bottom
All right. Well,
because there's places to walk, right? So like if you're not like directly looking down the stairs, you can't really see floors below, because like while you can get the books on the way down, it does look like they're like sectioned off by level.
can I investigate this area? This just to see if there's any writing anywhere, like because we're looking for like some sort of like another sort of something, right? To like a way, something that might point me in the right direction, us in the right direction to how to open this.
I mean, I'd say one person per corner, right?
Okay. Well, before you get too far, go ahead and make an investigation check, Blitz.
Okay, that is a 16.
16.
As I peruse around.
Okay. We'll get back to that as other people kind of continue as you begin to look.
Can I look through the books and kind of see if there's a certain theme going on, and particularly keep an eye out for that Tome of Clear Thought that I wanted from Rinwald?
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
While he's looking at the books, I'm just gonna go, "You must not read from the book!"
No! You must not read from the book!
Just, it felt right.
That's a 1 for my investigation.
There is no theme or rhyme or reason. You can't read half of these. They are literally fucking all over the place. Like, you feel like you're in like basic school again because of how overwhelmed you feel with the amount of information in this room.
That's why you want the Tome of Clear Thoughts.
Exactly.
Flynn, what are you doing other than yelling, "Don't read from the book"?
After I get my poorly timed joke out of the way, I will just kind of walk through and glance. Now that I speak, or rather can read in Infernal, does anything jump out at me title-wise, or are they titled, or do they just look like they're just loosely bound books with no title?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
13 plus 3, 16.
16. Okay, we will come back to that as well. Temin, are you doing anything? Yeah, wait, I'm sorry. Did I already have you roll investigation? I thought I did.
No.
No, go ahead and do so, because you were already in like the middle area there, kind of getting ready to move down the staircase.
9.
Okay. And then Rin, what are you doing? And what is Morty doing?
Rin and Morty would like to take one corner staircase and that nobody else is using, and attempt to go down while perusing said books along the way.
It will be very difficult for Morty to go down any but the central staircase, as the exterior ones are like maybe like 5 feet of clearance, the central one being a little bit larger of a staircase. So that's up to you whether you want to still go to one of the outside ones or whether you want to go to the central one.
I will go down one of the outside ones, and I will have Morty. Yeah, I'll have Morty do one of the The middle one, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I would actually like to wait like 10 minutes and ritualistically cast Detect Magic as I go down.
Still go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Yeah, I will make it, but I'm looking for any magical book. Or anything, specifically anything of Arawn. I don't see shit unless I get that at advantage. Can I do I get inspiration for my helping with the telling of the recap?
No.
Yeah, it rolls a 0. What the hell?
No. Okay,
No.
so 0.
Okay.
Um,
you are focused on descending, and you are focusing on, like you said, ritually casting Detect Magic. So you begin to do that as you kind of begin to go down the stairs.
Is there anything
Jumping-
that pops out that's magic?
Not yet. You haven't finished casting it yet.
I'd like to cast it before I start going down as well.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can hang out at the top for the next 10 or so minutes while the rest of the group is kind of dispersing. So Blitzkrieg and my other 16, I believe, was...
Temin?
Temin, correct? No, it was Flynn. Flynn. Who was my other person who rolled 16 on their investigation check. I said I'd come back to you.
That was me, yeah.
Rourke, have you rolled? I
Rourke is,
asked what Rourke is doing.
I don't think so.
He's muted, which is why I don't think I had.
Yeah, my bad. No, I got a 14.
14.
On
Okay.
investigation.
Okay, wonderful. So you kind of just begin to search about as well, kind of just perusing and such. You find lots of, again, languages and books and things that you don't really recognize. How well read would you say Rourke is?
Not. He can read dirt and trees and wind.
Yeah, so like to him, this is just like a bunch of wasted trees. But there's a hell of a lot of them.
The humanity.
Back to my 216s though. So Flynn and Blitzkrieg, you both find something kind of simultaneously. One, Flynn, you find a book that is essentially just the alphabet, but it's the alphabet for all languages. So essentially you have like a way to rough transcribe all languages. You know, obviously I know you said you'd plan to learn comprehend languages, but if you ever decided that you just wanted to do it the old-fashioned way, you have the ability to do so.
Okay.
And Blitzkrieg...
Does that book have a name?
No, it's more of like it's less of a book and more of like almost like a poster or like a scroll. It's like supposed to be like reference material. So like if you ever need to like, yeah, kind of like a Rosetta Stone, exactly. It's like, oh, like I need to know what this is in this language, like so it's kind of like more like handheld like that.
It takes time, but you can decipher.
And then Blitzkrieg, you find just the basic common alphabet, but numbered, as you see all of the letters numbered 1 to 26 going across, and you see that it does it in a separation of odds and evens. So like ones are shown on like the top of this, and then it goes down to the second letter, etc. And again, common is similarly to English as far as how we represent it. So again, it goes like A, B, C, D, E, F, just up and down as far as evens and odd numbers go.
Down. So it's like a all alphabets, and then it's like odds.
It's like if you were to think of it like a timeline where they have like 1 and it goes like up 1, and then the next on the 2 and it's down 3 and it's up.
So it's like a it's like a reference.
Like A,
this represents
B,
that. This represents
C,
that.
D, yeah, and it's just a very up and down, just all the way across the timeline for the alphabet. Okay. Again, 1 to 26.
1 to 26. And then is it referring numbers or?
Yeah, again, so it's like
right.
it says like 1 on the timeline, and then you see a line that leads from it, and it says A, and it goes up, and then you see the next one, it says 2, and then a line down that says B, and it's down, and then 3, line up, C, all the way across, going again up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. All the way A to Z, 1 to 26.
A to Z. So I guess the first thing I'll think, like, I see some reference like, so what does power, like, what does power line up to? The word power.
So if you look, it would be 16 down line to P. Then you would see 15 up line to O. 23 up line to W. 5 up line to E. And then 18 down line to R.
Okay. Spells. Power. He doesn't really know what that means yet, but at least, like, he has it kind of like in his mind.
Tell everybody else?
It's like, yeah, I guess I will, like, if this book has, I think they're alphabets common and is linking to a number. And then I'm just gonna, like, tell him, like, 16, 15, 23, 5, 18. The word power.
That might have something to do with this puzzle. We should definitely write that down.
There wasn't the puzzle to get the door open, to get the power stone. There was no, like, levers, dials, anything like that in the room with the portcullis.
Just in the first room. With
first room there were
we met
levers.
Sparky.
Right, but that was brute forced. Right.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that a different combination could have effects in other rooms.
Yeah, so what if somebody's in the other room with the portcullis and we put the levers up and down in that same?
Because that just has the word power over it, right?
Yeah.
No, that had black over it.
Well, that room, the room with the Sparkies had black.
Yeah, but what if black correlates to something with the levers, and what if power correlates to something with the levers?
We should be able to figure that out. Let's look at what black is and see if it corresponds to the pattern that we kind of forced and were able to open it with.
Okay. So we already opened the one that shows black, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would black be? Do we see...
So do you guys go back to that room?
1, 3, 11.
Do you leave the library to go back to the room with the levers? Or do you continue to explore down the stairs?
We should, like, explore
I don't want to
further.
go down the stairs at this point.
You don't? Okay.
No, I want to go check out the room.
If we have a hint.
Kenny, it's down arrow and up arrow that matter with that. So 16 had a down ladder to P. One of them had an up ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, they're not just numbers. It's ups and downs, too.
Why don't we send somebody up to the switch room? The rest of us stay in the power portcullis room and see if it opens up.
The next room over?
Okay. Are they the next room over?
The switch room?
The switch room.
The switch room is a short walk from where you are past the room where you guys fought the Horde Golem, past the shaft, through a set of wooden doors. So it's maybe like 100 feet away.
Right.
Go back through that reading real quick of 16, 15, what's up, what's down.
I wrote it down.
Oh, I see. So it's like odd numbers and even numbers, basically. 16 is, so that's like, I guess...
So
down is even.
All evens are up. Or all evens are down.
All evens are down. Yeah.
Okay, so power should be
down, up, down.
Correct.
Up. Sorry, down, up, down, up.
Yep. Evens are.
Yeah.
Evens are down.
Okay.
Odds are up.
So down, up, down.
Yep.
So not what I said originally. Okay.
All right. Well, let's go try that.
Let's go try that.
Okay.
I'll work the levers if you guys are in the power room.
Okay.
So, Temin, you're heading back to the lever room.
Yeah.
Is anybody going with Temin?
I'll go with Temin because we're both sneaky.
I'd rather you stay with us so that you can telepathically tell Temin whether it worked or not and to join
I
us.
can do that.
Okay.
I was gonna say I can go with Temin. Sparky and I can.
Okay.
Sparky seems excited about this.
yeah, Sparky wants to get.
He hasn't seen his family in like 4 hours.
He wants to get zapped.
So
Yeah.
my telepathy is only 120 feet, so if it's farther than that, it doesn't matter at all where I am.
Okay.
Mine as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's message.
I think it's within that.
All right, well, we're just gonna do it and run back to the power room.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to accompany? I forgot. Like, are we?
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. Then.
you guys
Let's
split.
go.
Half
Alexa,
of you
I'm
go
on
to the power
notification.
room. Half of you go to the switch room. As you come back in again, you see the broken glass and the water kind of running about that observatory down to another room below. But you see the machine kind of buzzing with the power of these little Azza gremlins. Sparky kind of jumps off your shoulder and jumps back into the machine and kind of like reconnects for a bit. But there's plenty of power to it, and you guys can move the levers as you wish.
Down, up, 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 down.
So you remember this is again in the shape of a star. Which lever position do you remember for each one?
So we knew that it was down, down, up, up, up for
Yeah,
black.
and that is what it is currently in, and that door is still
it's-
open. And that is from
And
the
then
tip of
you
the
wait-
star clockwise.
What was one all the way around?
Was down, down, up, up, up was from the tip of the star around to the right.
Of course. Okay. So, do we do this on the other side of the door? Because as soon as we change the position, they're gonna switch, and this door
You
might
remember the
close.
portcullis door leads to where you guys found all the ore. Doesn't actually lead to where you guys are currently.
Hmm.
That was the door you opened, and then you went and discovered a bunch of ore and a fancy
Bunch of
sword.
gold. Yeah.
And then you
yeah.
came back and went the other way.
And
So now
I guess-
So we already
just
cleared
need to
that.
put 2 and 5, or 2 and 5.
Okay.
So we cleared that already. So yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
that's-
so you change so position 1 is still down. You switch position 2 to what?
Up.
Down.
Up.
Oh shit! Sorry. Up.
To up. Okay. You watch as the other door shuts.
As well it should. And then we go around.
lever 3,
Stays the same.
which is up.
Up.
Okay. Lever 4.
Same.
Up.
Up.
Okay. And then lever 5.
Down.
We
Or
switch
down.
it
Down.
to down.
Those of you in the other room watch as this very reinforced door separates and begins to open, as you now see directly in front of you is like a 10-foot hallway and then a wall, but the hallway continues down to your right.
It's like the Indiana Jones where me and Temin just like stare at each other and the camera like kind of zooms out a little bit.
I attempt to send a message and say it worked.
They hear
We're
nothing.
skiddly scattling back.
Huh?
Yeah.
You begin to
we'll meet up.
scattling back. You hear the message like 10 feet out the door.
Yeah.
It was like
Come on.
140 feet.
It is open.
Alright. I'm like, hey Sparky, did you get enough juice?
He's like already like back on to his little, he's like, oh yeah, we're good.
He
Having an
settled back
orgasm.
into his Bjorn.
Yeah.
Since
Alright.
he's been near this machine, he had like 5 orgasms already.
Do you guys wait for the others to rejoin you, or do you guys
Yeah.
go into the
100%.
the room?
No, we'll wait for them.
Okay.
But it doesn't take them long, right?
No, like maybe like a minute.
Okay.
As you continue and you kind of wait quickly again, they are able to rejoin you, and again you have this room essentially to enter.
Alright. Before we break anything, Temin, do you mind looking for traps?
I do not mind looking for traps.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought you said craps for some reason. Oh,
Just straight investigation. 9. I don't know what it is. 9's
9.
tight.
The entrance of this area does not seem to be trapped. I mean, it was very, very securely locked. It did not seem to need to be trapped.
Does it look like it's untouched? The ground here?
Very
Is it
much
different?
so.
Okay.
I'll take a step in through the threshold and look around. I have 120 feet. I have 60 feet of dark vision, and Black Razor has 120.
Okay. As you look into the right, you see about 5, 10, about 50 feet away is basically a large statue of a tall human male with kind of like a long beard and kind of robes that come out. Those of you, Aoth, who have seen Arwen, this is Arwen.
I've seen him too.
But you aren't stepping in and looking right now. But I'm just saying, since Aoth is the one who turned and looked, the sword doesn't know who this is, so to speak, but you do.
I'll tell him.
And you see that Arwen is holding within its hands a large black starred gem. And that is what you see from here.
I'll go right for it.
I'm
gonna tell.
stop him.
I'm gonna tell the sword.
Wait.
Whoever wanted to meet Arwen face to face, this is as close as you'll get. That's him from when I saw him. Kind of rubbing it in that I've seen him.
So this is a projection, or what is this?
The statue.
A statue.
Just a
Okay.
very large
Statue.
statue.
I'll approach it, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
grab the stone. I'm just gonna approach it and look at the statue and.
Yeah, as you approach again, you look at the statue. As you kind of come into the room, you see that to your right and left, there are actually large pillars of script that just goes up, one on the right and one on the left, kind of on the back corners of the room that you wouldn't be able to see until you entered.
Is it something I can read? Or is it celestial again?
It is celestial.
I figured. What do we have?
You do
Would
have
you guys have shared the information?
You have the old-fashioned translator thing that Devlin has now, but I believe that's. Does anybody else speak celestial? I don't think so, right?
No, but I would be attempting to write down or copy down as best I possibly could the writings on these walls.
How do you go about doing so? Are you just trying to like copy down the script, or are you doing like a rubbing?
Pen and paper. I'm not. I don't have enough. How much is it?
There's a
first of
lot.
all? Like, would I be able to do a rubbing of it all, or no?
Maybe if you borrowed some paper.
So I'm gonna do this. I want to do whatever perception or whatever you think to kind of scan the script for repeating or frequently used patterns, if you will, and then tell Delphin, hey, can you see what this common or this frequent word is?
Which pillar are you looking at? The one on the right or the one on the left?
I'll start with the right.
Okay. The one on the right is far less script than the one on the left. As you look to see familiar, like, repeated words, you see basically two areas where words repeat or symbols repeat. It's kind of, again, without reading the language, it's kind of hard to see, but there are two areas where they are. One of them is kind of a larger word, or again, larger set of runed symbols together. And the second one is much shorter, seeming to be like just a single symbol.
Hey, Devlin, come here real quick.
Yeah, what you got?
So, I'm really cautious, especially with what happened to Temin's eye and your book situation. I don't want to just grab the stone. So, in this pillar, there's this word that keeps popping up. Do you think you can figure out what it says while I go look at the other pillar to see if there's anything that stands out?
Yeah, sure, I can give it a shot. Let's see.
If there's any other words that jump out at you, go for it. But I'll be over there when you figure it out.
Oh, okay.
And I'll take it out and start like looking at the kind of rubric that we have to
The
see.
larger or the smaller one?
We'll start with the larger one.
Okay. It'll take a little bit of time, but you should be able to do it. The symbols match up well enough under your celestial and common areas that you can go ahead and do it. So meanwhile, Aoth, you head over to the other pillar.
Yeah.
As you head over to the other pillar, this is more like a gigantic novel, as far as like the amount of writing it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is probably more than you could copy down in hours,
Mm-hmm.
with tons and tons and tons of paper.
I'm just gonna kind of stare at it and try and
Make
figure
a
out a
religion
way
check.
to read it.
So as he's doing that, I'm still
Existing.
doing my thing. Just heads up. No, told you what I was doing.
It's a 14.
What did you text it to me?
No, I was saying I'm copying stuff down.
Oh yeah, and that's fine. You can also join in this religion check. What'd you roll? Yeah.
14.
And which pillar did you go to, Rin?
The second one.
Okay, the
One
one
with the most.
Okay. And what did
Yeah,
you roll,
19,
Rin?
not
19.
19.
So you sit there, Aoth, and you see that same word that you had seen many times over throughout the long and long and long novelistic. What you realize are stories. These are all stories, and Rin, having spent a little bit more time sitting here and kind of copying them down, you have a feeling that these, and you kind of get like almost like little mental flashes, that this is the history of Arwen. This is the history of Arwen and his followers up to a certain point. All of the stories and tales and everything like that.
I'm gonna do, if I can, a quick check for traps on the statue itself,
Yep.
specifically around holding the gem.
Yep, go ahead.
So would I recognize any of these stories then?
No.
And
You don't read the language. You can't actually read the stories. You just can kind of tell by the way in which they're formatted, essentially.
Okay.
And this being your god, that it's almost more of a feeling than what you can actually make from the scripts. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna walk back to Devlin and check in. Like, how's that coming along?
Before we get there, Temin.
Natural 20. For 20.
Natural 20 for 20. This gem is going to be extremely difficult to remove. You will either have to be extremely deft or extremely strong to do so. And you remember the warning given to you saying that only seek it in great need, for with great power comes great concessions. But beyond that, you do not see any traps that would harm you from removing this gem.
I am 1000% getting another magical eye.
So let's go back to Aoth. So Aoth, you approach Devlin. Devlin, you have worked on this first word long enough to realize it is the name Arwen. It is the name Arwen that you basically keep seeing popping up throughout these things.
Yeah, it's like Arwen. I mean, do you want me to look at like what's between the Arwens? Or
Well, I would also say, yeah, just based on how you're able to break down, you probably have a little bit of context around each word too. So you would know that part of that word is in seemingly like the title of this stone, and it's basically something of Arwen's gem is what you had, like the word on either side, the symbols on either side is what you've determined there. And then further down, it is like a larger block of text, and then you see two Arwen's divine. That's like, again, on either side of it, that's what you'd see.
Okay, so I would, it's like something Arwen's gem, something Arwen's divine. It's very Arwen centric.
And then the other matching symbol does not match anything on your Rosetta Stone-esque reference material. It seems to be a symbol depicting some other concept other than language. So like to give you an English example, like if you were to talk about a number or a percentage or trying to think of something that would be represented without words or like, but through numbers or symbols, or like an emoji or something like that. Like all of those things would be kind of more of what the symbol is.
Is it similar to like pi representing a number? Does it seem like it's a symbol representing a concept?
Make either just a straight intelligence check or an investigation check, but I need you to tell me which one because the DCs are different.
I will do. They're both. I will do you said investigation or
straight intelligence.
I will do straight intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah, he glitched because he doesn't know anything. It's a 6.
6 is still, again, the DC was much lower for the straight intelligence check. With a 6, you are able to kind of get a little bit of the context again around this symbol. It takes you, 5 or 6 minutes, but you see that it says additional, whatever the symbol is, chance, and then later down it says gaining a same thing chance.
So additional blank chance, some additional symbol, something else chance, gaining that symbol chance again.
Infer how you will. That's what you know. Who would like to do something next in the RP of life?
So
the statue, is it made out of stone?
It is. It is made out of very, very nice, like marble. Very well detailed. Very masterfully done.
What's the flash point of marble? So I'm gonna sit down and can I unattune to my scimitar and attune to my blacksmith rapier?
You can certainly try. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me.
I'm not unattuning to Black Razor.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you unattuning to?
My scimitar of speed.
Oh, so you have Black Razor and the scimitar both attuned?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you can easily do that.
Okay. And then once that's complete, I'm gonna talk to Ren. And hey, I don't think I know I don't want to leave this stone behind here. I don't think we're ready for what it holds, and I want to try. I don't want to defile the statue, but I think I want to try and cut the hands at the wrists to release the stone and take it with us without removing the stone from the hands. Do you think that will do anything?
We're not going to defile his statue. And Rin says that like as stern as possible. He's like, no, like absolutely not. Like,
then as his son and direct offspring, I think that you've been generous with all of us with his gifts, and I think this one is meant for you. But if this is the gift of Arwen and his what was the word that he translated? I don't know. But based on what Devlin was saying, it sounds like this should be.
Only seek it in great need. Great power comes great concession.
Well,
yeah, I don't think I translated anything about chopping off the hands of a god statue.
Whatever.
In his temple.
So we should.
Yeah, right.
So you're saying I should try and get it? I mean, I'm willing to make concessions, whatever is necessary for what's needed, right? I've given up so much to be. I've given up my life already once, as you know.
Well, before Rin does that, Can I like focus in on that like word that we can't figure out, like the additional something chance, gaining a something chance?
Oh,
Like, is there
do
anything I could do there?
the individual symbol or the things beyond
Symbol.
the context? Like, do you want to expand your context or focus specifically on the symbol?
On the symbol, I'm kind of like, does it look familiar? Like, history?
Yeah, go
arcana,
ahead
something?
and make a, I will say either history, religion, or arcana. I'll give you any of the intelligence-based checks.
I
The
think I'll do this
DCs
one
will
with,
be different depending on what you choose, so I do need to know.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do history in this one.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay. Oh, it rolled. It flipped over from a 16
don't
to
tell
a
me.
7.
Don't roll with
Oh,
advantage.
Oh shit.
Roll with advantage because of your specific background.
Oh shit. Look
Being
at
an
that.
artificer.
14.
14. You know what this is. This is a
I do.
universally used symbol. Math is not unique to a language.
Yeah, it's not something I know. It's not something I learned. It's just something I know, I would say.
Yeah,
Of that.
so this symbol represents 1%.
Additional percent. Gaining a percent. 1%. 1%. That is what the symbol represents.
Well,
But
it's a
what?
chance I'm willing to take.
But
Whatever
what
the
gives?
outcome.
What gives an additional percent? Percent for what? I guess that is the question, eh?
I mean, Declan has the ability to expand the reference if taken time, but
Yeah,
I think we should give him the time to do so.
Yeah, I think like I'll probably like we should translate this fully.
Because, well, I don't know about fully, but take as much time as you need, because
Declan, roll
all
a
the
D4.
gifts that
What is it?
D4.
D4 is
Can I make a religion check to see what I can see?
4.
In a moment.
Yeah.
You guess that it will take you about 4 hours to decipher the whole message.
I could assist if you feel the need.
So at this point, have I written down the entire message to the best of my ability?
You were
Like, copied
working
it
on the
down?
other pillar that had
On the
like the
novella?
entire history of Arawn, and you're
Yeah.
not even close. Like you could
Okay.
you could do that for like the next 12 days, and you would still probably be working at it.
Okay,
y'all
so
Rest,
I would like to get like the gist of it, like the big, like if I can decipher somehow the big picture of it, just to have as a reference. While doing so, I'm praying and giving reverence to Arawn during that time.
One, make a religion check with advantage. But I will also say, like, think of the pillar on the left as like Egyptian hieroglyphics. They just don't end. There is no like rhyme or reason or start or finish. They are just constant on this large pillar. So like you can again copy down as much as you want. You will get bits and pieces of stories, but you'll again, unless you spend like 12 days here, you're never gonna get it all.
well, during
For
those
sure,
4
I
hours
just want
that
to get
he's
bits and pieces.
during the 4 hours that Declan is doing, I'll sit down with Ren and work on that. If anybody else wants to join us for a little bit,
Where are you gonna get all this paper from?
infinite paper supply.
I have 15 sheets, and I'm pretty
I
sure
would
we
say
just
that-
passed a fucking library.
I would say that
Then I'm
you
sure there's empty paper there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would say that you have used your 15 sheets at this point, but there was a library. You can absolutely go try and raid the library for stuff, but I just want
Oh, we could
it to be
we
thought
could turn
about.
this into like a survival game. So you guys go out to the back, go make your axes, go chop some trees, and get
Yeah, no, no, we're gonna go fucking raid the library for more paper though.
Also, Declan, you're hungry.
Okay. I think I have rations still.
Okay, just letting you know.
And can
It's
I
just
this?
9 on the religion check.
Honestly, you feel out of your depth here. Like this is just not like the gem looks pretty, but outside of that, like you're just you are already very aware of how many powerful things you have, and this is supposedly the most powerful. It's kind of all you can kind of really think about at the moment.
So for Blitzkrieg, like I think he's kind of like enamored by that the puzzle. himself, so he would love to like assist Declan if he is trying to translate.
Okay.
Because he's super curious about what's happening here. Like, what does it mean? Like, what did it mean by additional chance? Where are we getting at?
So go ahead and both of you make just straight intelligence checks, but you're going to combine your 2 rolls. So it'll be like 10 plus 12 or whatever like that. Meanwhile, are you guys going to go raid the library?
Yeah, I'd say once we run out of paper, we would, right? Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I don't want to split the party.
I mean, we know there's nothing there. It's the library. It's nearby.
Wow.
We haven't been there since we opened since we flipped the switches.
True.
So,
All
I'm gonna cast. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You done? Oh, I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself to give myself Eagle Splendor. No, I'm sorry. To give myself Fox Cunning advantage on intelligence checks. Is that the same? It is, right?
Yep.
As I bite down hard and then just like some sort of like adrenaline rush that gives me like this additional brain power.
I love it.
Cool.
So what are they?
Nat 20 for a 23.
I guess I don't need it.
And what? No, because they're added together.
I only got 16.
I mean, that's
He's
still
clearly smarter.
39 together.
Yeah.
So, so you thought it was going to be 4 hours. You guys crushed this in about an hour. The entire message reads, function of Arwen's Gem of Power. Connects the land of Arkans to Arwen's divine power. Every 9 days, Arwen's gem is removed from the statue. Every living thing gains an additional 1% chance to survive a mortal wound. Or excuse me, a fatal, because that's the word I meant, right? Fatal wound. While simultaneously gaining a 1% chance to die each morning.
From
shit.
waking up?
What the fuck? So,
wait. This 1% chance to die each morning, is that like you wake up in the morning and you're like, I didn't die? Or is that like each morning your chances of dying go up by 1% if you, I don't know.
I will read it again. Function of Arwen's Gem of Power. Connects the land of Arkans to Arwen's divine power. Every 9 days, Arwen's gem is removed from his statue. Every living thing gains an additional 1% chance to survive a fatal wound, while simultaneously gaining a 1% chance to die each morning.
So like every 9 days, we're better in battle, but every 9 days we may not wake up, potentially.
Everything in the world.
So would our enemies be just as improved?
Yeah, essentially, it once we take it out in like 3 years, everything's dead.
3 years? Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Every 9 days, huh?
Alright, so we just need to remember this spot. We'll put it back when we're finished with it.
I mean, like 3.5, but who's counting that?
Yeah, we got plenty of time. We're going for the other gems of power. Once we combine them all, we can get off the throne, and then we can put the fucking things back. We're good.
In the next 9 days?
No, it's not 9 days. Every 9 days it goes up by 1%. Like, you got like 1.5 years before you even have a 50-50 chance.
A 50-50 chance of dying from waking up?
And that's all living creatures.
Yeah, like 1.5 years.
Technically speaking, it's dying by not waking up.
I fail, so I don't see the plus in it. If somebody wants to explain that to me, because if everybody...
It's literally Arwen's power in the stone.
Alright, we just come back here every 8 days, put it back, wait a day, and then take it again.
Yeah, that works too.
Ours of life and
That
death.
seems like a lot. I'm willing to like risk it for like 45 days. Like, give me up to like a 5% chance, and then maybe we reset. I don't feel like this is a once every week and some change journey back. Unless we
Yeah,
can
for
find
sure.
a
Every month and a half we'll come back. I'm not opposed to that.
Will the whole statue fit in a bag of holding?
Oh, absolutely not.
I look down at a bag of holding and I look up at the statue.
Statue's like
I'm like,
100
no.
feet tall. It's like just massive. This little tiny star is like in tiny little.
What if we
Finger grasp.
recarve the statue to have Arwen with really big hands?
I turn at Teb and I'm like, I already told you we're not defacing. Oh wait, I told AF that we're not defacing a statue.
I put my hammer and crowbar back in the
Where
back in my bag.
Perhaps.
where
Perhaps
is the?
it-
I mean, do we see the? Do we see the gem on the statue? I'm just trying to think of is it in a spot where we could remove it? Like,
Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah,
It's not going to be easy. It's
take
going
it out,
to be
put it back in the hand. Like, does it have to be statue as a whole?
yeah.
Why don't we do this? Let's grab the stone, go down below, see what the stone
Can do.
can do, and decide if it's worth keeping for up to 3 weeks before bringing it back.
Month and a half. We got like 45 days, man. Come on.
Actually, I would like to do an investigation to make it to check to see if it looks like it is possible to remove the stone and also put it back.
Go ahead. Tammin, you would already know that is true from your
Okay.
previous investigation.
Yeah.
21.
You
can put it
also
back.
now know that is true. You also know that it
Okay.
would be very difficult to take out and potentially put back, but it is possible.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? It is a possibility. I was worried that we were going to have this argument and then pull it out and, like, the shit was going to, like, oh, fuck. All right, well, we've got, like, 3 years to get this done. So, cool.
Like
All
a
right.
grenade pin.
Yeah. Like, once it's out, it's out.
Ren would, after talking with Aoth, after knowing all this stuff, like, we're taking the stone. Ren goes up to the stone and places his hands on it and gives reverence to Arwen and says, I appreciate all you've done for me thus far, giving me life. Again, I know you span life and death, and I will continue to spread as I have. And then he basically just like gives reverence. He's like, appreciate everything thus far.
I will first ask you: are you trying to brute strength it out or finesse it out?
Finesse.
Okay.
While
I will
praying,
choose-
like I'm just putting my hands on it. Really, I'm not even trying. Like if I'm just kind of
Well,
like.
are you attempting to take
if
it out
it
or
comes-
not?
Yes, if
Okay.
it comes out easily
If
as
you're
I'm
trying to
praying,
take it
yes.
out, okay.
You're going to try and sword
I
the stone
will
it.
allow you to either have advantage on this check, or if you are successful, a bonus later. So you can choose straight roll, bonus later, advantage roll, and getting this out.
Let's do straight roll of the bonus later.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check then.
And I would like to give myself guidance on this one.
Yep, you can do so.
Big money, no whammies. That is not good.
Oh, also, let me pause. Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Yes.
Do you have thieves' tools?
I have smith tools that I can use to make thieves' tools.
Well, do you
Does
actually
anybody have thieves' tools they
Yeah.
can hand me real quick? Cough, cough.
That the lockpick, or is that specifically thieves' tools?
It's the same. I've also decided on, by the way, everybody else out there, I've decided on a new mechanic for lockpicking that I'm going to implement the next time I run a game, but I'm
Okay.
not
Cool.
changing it
I wanna see
mid group for this. So
That'd be fun.
But I do have both. I have the lockpick and thieves' tools.
yeah, you can borrow
Okay.
it if you want. So then again, sleight of hand check.
Okay. Do I get to add proficiency to it because I am proficient in them, or no?
Yes. So add your proficiency bonus to it.
So it would be a 13 then.
13. You pray and you focus and you do everything you can, but it will not just come loose. You're either going to have to force it or you're going to need to be more nimble.
I will attempt to be more nimble. I continue to pray on it, and just while I'm praying, like moving around it, trying to find every little crevice or nook or cranny or just every little piece.
Okay. You can
Like just feeling it.
again abandon your bonus for a straight roll, or you can roll at disadvantage.
I'll roll at disadvantage.
Jeez, I thought that was disadvantage. I was like, huh. Oh, nice.
So hang on.
You can still add guidance.
17, 18, 19, 20. Dirty 20.
30-20 is exactly what you needed. And as you have continued to pray and focus again, you take your initiative. You take the lesson that your father had told you to take control and to do things for yourself. And you begin to remove this black star. And it comes loose. And there is just power pulsing through this stone. But before you can figure out all that this stone entails, you hear thumping from the other room, and then a loud crashing noise as you assume something just busted out of that sarcophagus. And this is where we'll pick up next time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you everybody for watching. Good night.
Knowing real quick, knowing like what my stone is made out of, is it like this? Is it like a piece of this? Like, is it like the same material?
Oh no, what you're holding is far more magical than just your simple symbol of Arwen.
Oh, it's a stone. I have a stone too.
But I'm just saying, it is. One is a stone and the other is the stone.
Gotcha.
So, all right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same
And
place.
no undead are off limits from now on.